subscribe, like the video, and, if possible, join Patreon. But if you don't have much money, you can support the channel by watching the novels on euroaudiobooks.com. Remember that you can participate in the polls so that your favorite novel gets published for free.
Would not really die from Vita's attack. It was still extremely painful to use overloaded energy. They were once Hershers, and they knew that feeling too well. If Qiong Bao really tried his best to resist, everything would be unknown. Even though there have been many festivals, Diyaya at this moment also prayed sincerely for Qiong Bao. And when the big explosion happened, everyone in Bellowburg, their hearts were in their throats. Is the end of the world finally coming? The impact of the Star Departure explosion was like a punishment from heaven. It fell towards Bellowburg. In an instant, everything was silent. Everyone's ears seemed to be shaken so that they could not hear any sound, as if they were in a weightless vacuum. At this moment, they seemed to have come to outer space in these short and long seconds. They recalled their past lives. Is this the revolving lantern before death? But the punishment from heaven did not fall. Time at that moment seemed to have stopped. The wind stopped, the snow stopped falling. It was only a few seconds, but it was like crossing a long amber age, until a beam of golden light broke through the clouds, illuminating the entire Bellowburg again. When the clouds were parted, the true appearance behind the dawn finally appeared. It was an extremely huge and majestic stone man. Although it was not clear, everyone seemed to realize that his eyes were not on Bellowburg, but only glanced at the annihilated dome. Immediately, the giant hammer in his hand fell slowly, and at this moment, the hammer sounded. It resounded throughout the universe. That's the Amber King. T7. The will of preservation has finally come to our Bellowburg again. Kokolia shouted excitedly. The Bellowburg people around her finally understood one thing. At this moment, the new Amber Age has begun. The new Amber Age has begun because of that man. And the history of Bellowburg will also open a new chapter at this moment. Everything. It's all because of that man. Black Tower? Topa? Ruame? Sister AIC. Sister AIC. The new Amber Age has begun. Fuxian. The 2158th age has begun. Fuxian, because of Qiong Bao. Hanabi? Hanabi, great. It's Amber King. My dear sister, you are hopeless. At Vita. Hanabi, this is so interesting. Hanabi, Aha didn't come, but Amber King came. Hanabi, my dear sister, you are really going to be finished now, Vita? Vita. Amber King? What Amber King? The picture is made by myself. It may be delayed and cannot be seen. This scene is probably like this, Kiana Sky and Meteor. This time it is really Sky. Vita is about to be outflanked. Attack and defense change. Knowing that the girl's cheats are revolving around him, the protagonist will also start to take the initiative to attack. 073. Preserve your will and let the heavenly fire fall upon your body. Is your attack over? Explode towards the bad woman Vita in the cockpit. Black Tower. First the destroyed Nanook glanced, then Clipper. Black Tower. Interesting, really interesting. Black Tower at GZ. Hurry up. I'm going to use your boundary anchor to find Qiong Bao. Black Tower. I want to study him. Hanabi. Is it really not Qiong Bao who studies you? Hanabi. Just like Daya? Black Tower. If he likes, he can play with my dolls. Ruan Mei. What if he wants the real body? Black Tower. I'll think about it. Silver Wolf. Stop pretending, Black Tower. You must have seen shit just now. I'm talking about tears. Black Tower? Black Tower. Get lost. Black Tower. I'm not as perverted as you. Para. This. Para. What kind of lewd words? Covering eyes. Para. Are they really tears? Firefly. Black Tower doesn't know, but I'm not. Star +1. Kafka. +1 Sister AC. Sister AC. Ahem, I might as well. Blushing. Bluebird. Against the will of heaven. Blushing. Silver Wolf. +1. Vita, who had just come to her senses after being hit by the Starry Sky train, hadn't asked about the origins of the Amber King in the live broadcast room, but she was shocked to see that majestic figure. Is that the Amber King? The god of this world? What a terrible power! Just a glance that spanned countless light years could disintegrate her full-strength attack. At the same time, Pam did not drive the star train to crash again. First, because of the appearance of the Amber King, and second, because the star train was already in a state of malfunction due to the star core. This crash was already very risky. If it crashed again, 910 might lose control and fail to pick up the passengers of the Sky Treasure. Hanabi at Vita. Hanabi. That is one of the supreme gods of this world, the guardian star god Kripo. Hanabi, in charge of the fate of the guardian. Hanabi. As for how strong it is, I believe my dear sister has already felt it. Kiana, I also want to go over and feel it. Raiden May. Don't be impulsive, Kiana. Raiden May. Our world needs you. Big Duck. But we have to be on guard if these star gods invade our world in the future. Hey Sierra, now that Kiana is the end, maybe she can compete with them? Yulon Dyer, don't underestimate the enemy. Vita, it seems that I lost miserably. Not only did I fail to force the live broadcast room, but I also lost myself, Huahua. What you said, didn't you bet on yourself from the beginning? My dear sister, what? Are you afraid? Vita, that's not the case. Vita, on the contrary, I seem to be more excited now, Vita. And I haven't lost yet, have I? March 7. Perverted bad woman. Xing, you can only be tough for a while. Esta, it's really a masochist. Luiying, you will be obedient when Qiong Bao teaches you a lesson later. Hella, aren't you more excited? Fushuan, I didn't expect that the new Bamper era would be opened because of Qiong Bao. Bronya, everyone has seen Qiong Bao's determination to protect Bellowberg. Shiliwa, +1. Shire, +1. Clara, +1. Cocolia, yes. Cocolia, this is a turning point in the history of Bellowberg. Cocolia, it is also the beginning of a new century. Cocolia, I think our Bellowberg calendar should be changed from city building era to Star Dome era. Bronya, I agree. Shiliwa, +1. Hella, +1. Linka, +1. Hanabi, haha Kripo. Are you polite? March 7th. We also have a contribution to the development of the Starry Sky train. Sister AC, that's right. Esta, Clipper hasn't even looked at Yalalo in 700 years. If it wasn't for Qiong Bao, if it wasn't for my husband, he wouldn't have come. Xing, great. Xing, Starry Sky calendar. Xing, me and Qiong Bao. Xing, I am a queen after all. Sister AC, the Starry Sky train is also the Starry Sky. Esta, this doesn't count. Xing, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen. Esta, don't play tricks. Kiana, 6. Kiana, don't you think this conversation is familiar? Kiana, you said the same thing to me just now. Sister Ace, I'm being hypocritical. You bit my husband. Kiana, do you think I don't dare? Para, are you really going to reward Qiong Bao like this? Firefly, this word can actually be separated. Kiana. Big Duck, Silver Wolf. Kiana, Kiana, get out. You pervert. Urilo 6, outer space. Kripo's glance was only for a moment. After knocking down the hammer that shook the universe, it disappeared. And after the explosion that was like the demise of a star dissipated because of the giant hammer of the Amber King, Qiong finally walked out of the sea of fire. He held the sky fire in his hand, walking in space, but it was like walking on flat ground. The skyfire of the sky is pointed at the Star Departure Master. Just now, after being glanced at by the Amber King, he gained the power of preservation. His extremely strong will of preservation also gave him unprecedented power. This feeling is very clear, and it is completely different from the destructive power he gained after being glanced at by Nanook when the Black Tower space station was destroyed. It is almost a qualitative change, and the Skyfire in his hand has been transformed because of this will. The Skyfire is only the most basic attack when it is unsheathed. It exerts corresponding power according to its own energy and the body's endurance. The Skyfire Tribulation is the strongest blow of the Skyfire, Holy Judgment. But this blow, not everyone can. To use it, in addition to the ability to bear and the energy contained in the body, the person holding this sword must be as if he is in a dead end, and his heart must not be shaken at all, so that he can be one with this sword. Only with these conditions can he use the annihilation attack. After being glanced at by Kripo, Qiong not only fully possesses such conditions, but can also use the annihilation attack at any time. Because of the will of preservation, the glance of the Amber King, at this moment, this heavenly fire holy judgment, has the power of star core, destruction, and preservation at the same time. Now it is time to test the sword. Is your attack over? It's my turn, Qiong said. Kiana? Raidame? Big Duck? Kiana. Don't use the lines randomly. March 7. Isn't this what Kiana said in the previous episode of Burning Fire Forever? Raiden Mei. What Burning Fire Forever? Raiden Mei. But this line, Raiden Mei, it was Himiko Sensei who said it first. Himiko, my equivalent? Big Duck. Yes, during the last lesson with Kiana. Kiana. Otto Himiko. Himiko, I see. Himiko. That's why it's called the Eternal Flame. Himiko. That battle means Kiana has inherited the legacy. Hanabi. Actually, it means another thing Mitsuki Nana. Hanabi. Of course, Himiko is really dead. Hanabi. The kind that can't survive. Hanabi. Otherwise, how can it be called inheritance? How can it be called the Eternal Flame? Kiana? Raiden Mei? Big Duck. Mitsuki Nana. Are you a devil? Bluebird, you deserve a beating. Kiana. The 1,000 Hershers are not dead yet. Kiana. Mei, give her a stab for me. Kiana. Otto Raiden Mei. I will if I see you again. Big Duck. Damn it. She actually ran away early. Yulendel. Now I can only teach Vita a lesson. Vita, I'm so touched. Vita, you guys can still remember me. Vita. Oh, Vita. Qiong Bao looks so scary now. I'm not going to die, am I? Vita. Oh, TT. Oh, March 7th. Stop acting. Bad woman. Xing. Qiong Bao will never let you go. Bronya. It's not a pity to die. Bronya. Who told you to drag all of us, Bellowberg, into this? Vita. I'm just a weak woman who took over the villain's script without knowing it and was bewitched by the Star Core. Vita. I can't help myself. So pitiful. Cocolia. The live broadcast room didn't ask you to destroy Bellowberg. Vita. But, like you, I was bewitched by the Star Core, Cocolia. Sheer. Hee. You can sit at the same table. Hanabi. Huh, I'm dying of laughter. Hanabi. Don't worry, my dear sister. The mask I gave you can still save your life. Hi. Hanabi. After all, you show me a very exciting show. Vita. Can I really believe what the masked fool said? Hanabi. It's very simple. If I lie, you will die. If you die, does it matter whether it's true or false? March 7th. Suddenly I feel that Hanabi is more terrifying. Bluebird +1. Gue Naifin +1. Silva +1. Above the starry sky. After the Amber King left, Vita's reaction was very quick. Although she was joking in the live broadcast room, she kept driving the Star Crosser to try to escape from the view of the sky, and even did not forget to condense the power of the Star Core to continue bombing the surface of the planet Yalolo 6 in order to anger the Sky Treasure. After all, this is not a turn-based game. But this time, the attack of the Star Crosser had already gone far away from the main city of Bellowberg. But even so, Qiong did not let her succeed. He only looked at the Star Crosser jumping up and down like a happy clown with an indifferent expression, holding the flames that could forge stars and purify the world in his palm. The time of judgment has come. Until now, he is like the incarnation of the god of destruction. It seems that only the light that bursts out when the stars die can compete with it. This is the meaning of catastrophe. Even Vita, who has always been cynical, trembled at the moment when this will surge. The power of the Amber King is indeed terrible, but he disdains the ants, and the anger of Qiong can burn her directly. He raised the sky fire and struck at Vita with an unstoppable attitude. This blow, there is no suspense. There is no mercy. The flames that purify the world at this moment seem to have washed away all the sins in the world. Kiana, it can perfectly exert the power of the sky fire. No, it is far better than Kevin. Raiden Mei. Indeed, Even if I'm not watching from the live broadcast room in Bellowberg, that power is enough to make people annihilate. Yuan Dyer, very strong, by Sierra. And the power is also controlled very accurately, by Sierra. It didn't affect Yalalo at all. Daiya, Starcore, the will of preservation, destruction, Skyfire. This buff is so stacked, it's a miracle if it's not strong. Hanabi at Vita. Hanabi, my dear sister, are you still alive? Hanabi, say something. Hanabi, if you don't say anything, my sister will cry. Senueki, really dead? Hayoshi, evil will be punished. Bronya, good death. Reiko, +1. Seal, +1. Susang, +1. Qingque, this attack will at least cripple her, right? Hanabi, but someone has to be the villain. Hanabi, what if Vita is really bewitched by the Star Core? Hanabi, then my dear sister, wouldn't she have died unjustly? Hanabi at Raiden Mei, if it were you, you might make the same choice. Raiden Mei, I won't. Raiden Mei, it's not the first time that I've been bewitched by something like this. Hanabi 3.8. Well, you're awesome, Hanabi. I'm just my poor sister. Hanabi, woo Hanabi, don't worry. I'll pray for you, sister. Vita, remember to burn a few more masks for me, Hanabi. Kiana, March 7. March 7. Resurrected? Vita, I have to say, my dear sister, your mask is really useful, Vita. Although my Starcrosser is scrapped, it was barely saved, the flames dissipated. The remains of the Starcrosser lost their brilliance without the power to drive it, and fell directly towards the snowfield of Yalalo. Qiong put away the sky fire and immediately chased after it. When the Starcrosser fell on the other side of the planet, on the snowy ruins of the ancient ruins, Qiong opened the cockpit of the Starcrosser. His target was the core of the star. But when he entered the cockpit, he made an unexpected discovery. A broken fox mask, a woman. The woman was lying on a cold chair. Her clothes were all burned by the flames of the sky fire. Vita was not dead. Not only was she not dead, she fell to the ground dying, revealing a pitiful look. Firefly, Sister AC? Xing, at Vita. What do you want to do, you bad woman? Bila. March 7. Damn, you actually want to take the opportunity to seduce Qiong Bao? Firefly. My dear sister, you are really crazy. 074. The holy judge of Skyfire stuffed the Star Core. So what did Vita stuff? Skyfire transformation. Live broadcast begins. The counterattack against the live broadcast room begins. Firefly. Qiong Bao, don't look at it. Firefly. 0T. Oh, Xing. Damn this bad woman. Xing. Could it be that she burned the clothes herself? Xing. The Skyfire didn't even burn the chair, so why can't it burn the clothes? Hanabi. Isn't this obvious? Hanabi. My dear sister had a high fever and burned all her clothes. Bila. Doctora Nabi is amazing. Esta. At Vita. Don't seduce my husband. Kiana. Too shameless. Daya. It fits my stereotype of Vita. Natasha. There are kids in the live studio, Natasha. Isn't this bad? Clara. I don't want to see it covering my eyes. Hook. +1. Ho-ho. +1. Linka. +1. Silver Wolf. I can see it when I pout. Silver Wolf and Natasha. Why are you so hypocritical? Natasha. Yours and GZ still a bit artistic, right? Natasha. This is a bit too direct, GZ. Silver Wolf? Bluebird. What lens art? Suchong. People with intellectual talents are different. Para. What lens art? If we broadcast like before, we can basically say goodbye to the photography industry. Para. This live broadcast can be said to be rooted in the live broadcast industry. Para. It's great to watch. Excited. Gue Naifin. I agree very much. Fireworks. Fireworks and Natasha. Did you forget something? Fireworks. Knew the Amber Age has begun. Hanabi. They're no longer children. Hanabi. You know, an Amber Age usually lasts about 76 to 240 years. Hanabi. Now, they know you're all old women. Kiana. What kind of perverse logic is this? Kiana. But fortunately, I'm not in your world. Big Duck. Anyway, I don't recognize you. 03. Raiden Mei. +1. Black Sierra +1. White Sierra +1. Yulon Dyer +1. Xing. Clara. Hook. Hook. Hook is an adult? Clara. Xing sat. Xing. I was born just a few days ago, and I'm already an old woman. Xing. The Amber King deserves to die. March 7. +1. March 7:0. T0. Fu Xian +1. Qingque +1. Sister AC +1. In the cockpit of the Star Crosser. From Vita's perspective, she was slumped beside the cockpit chair, and what she saw was naturally Qiong Bao, who was looking down and aiming at the frame, and he was holding the huge and blazing heavenly fire sacred judgment in his hand. Looking down at her, the defeated one, who called herself a weak woman, a defeated one who had no power to bind the earth. She showed a charming, weak, and pitiful expression of a woman, clenched her fists, and put them under her neck, hoping that Qiong Bao would be soft-hearted. The mask of joy, the Star Core, the authority of Su, and the Star Crosser all combined to barely block the fatal blow. Now, the energy in her body has long been exhausted, and she is completely a fish to be slaughtered. Hi. Hello. My name is Vita. Of course, you can also call me Xiaowei. Vita deliberately forced a smile and introduced herself as if she was familiar with someone. Anyway, thank you for saving me. Of course, you may not believe me when I say this, but destroying Bellowberg is not my real idea. Do you know this mask? A cute sister who calls herself the Mask Fool gave her and this Star Core. Then, I was bewitched by this Star Core. If you hadn't helped me, I might have made a big mistake. Vita took out a dim Star Core and presented it to Qiong with both hands. Kiana? March 7? Star? Star, thank you. Star. At Vita, you bad woman are full of nonsense. March 7. Qiong Bao didn't really believe it, did he? Vita. Vita. You guys are too much, Vita. I'd rather believe that Cocolia was bewitched than believe that others were bewitched. Cocolia. Bronya. Mother is different from you. Seal. Happy. Esta. At Vita. Put on your clothes before you say that. Un Firefly. Plus. Star +1. Firefly. Haha. Firefly. But, my dear sister, you were bewitched by the Star Core, but you still drag me down with you. Firefly. I saved your life. Firefly. It's really heartbreaking. Firefly. Fortunately, I walked fast. Vita. Fool. Even if I tell you your name, he may not be able to find you. Qiong said nothing. He didn't believe all of Vita's words, but he believed part of them. At least the Star Core can indeed bewitch people. If the plot develops normally, the Star Core will also bewitch Cocolia to destroy the world. And Vita, this woman, likes to lie with 70% truth and 30% falsehood. It is possible that the Star Core bewitched her, but it is more likely that she wanted to have fun and was willing to be bewitched to facilitate this. Otherwise, she would not have called each other sisters with Huahua later and become the masked fool and the fun person. And the mask of joy on the ground is enough to prove that Vita's coming to this world was planned by Huahua. Qiong already had a clearer picture of Yalalo's farce. He did not deal with Vita immediately, but walked forward, and the shadow of the holy judge of heavenly fire stood on Vita's slightly frightened face. She swallowed subconsciously. It seemed that she was afraid that Qiong would suddenly pierce her with a sword. Heart, as long as you spare my life, I'm willing to do anything. Vita pleaded pitifully. Pella, willing to do anything? Qingque, use this to test Qiong Bao. Tingyun, this location should be the other side of Bellowberg. Tingyun, in the wilderness. Tingyun, there's no one. Tingyun, and Qiong Bao doesn't know that it is being live broadcasted in real time. Gue Naifan, who can withstand this test? Su Sang, the live broadcast room will not really broadcast it to us live, right? Silver Wolf, isn't that even better? Huahua +1. Pella, update quickly. Para, I hate this bad woman. Excited? Firefly, damn it. Firefly, burning. Firefly, the water on the ground is almost frozen. Firefly, 00. Silver Wolf, really perverted. March 7, +1. Fuxian +1. Robin, +1. Esta. She is a masochist. Sister S? Sister S. Esta. No Su rewarded this bad woman. Esther at Qing, go and save Qiong Bao. Qingque, drive faster. Qing, you are so slow, but you are also learning to drive a motorcycle. Dia, I don't want to ride a car, so I have to get off by myself. Qing, ahem, let's put it in a different way. Kiana, just when Qiong was about to speak, the star core suddenly moved, and it seemed to be psychic, and it quickly entered the holy judge of the skyfire. There was a groove on the hilt of the sword, and the star core was embedded in it like a gem. Immediately, the holy judge of heavenly fire was activated and reborn. The flames that were originally attached to the blade of heavenly fire suddenly went out. Instead, frost spread rapidly, and the cold ice and fire rose up. Almost in the blink of an eye, the cockpit of the Star Crosser, burned by the embers of heavenly fire, was like falling into an ice cellar. The ice overflowed from the blade and climbed from the cold ground onto Vita's snow-white skin. At this moment, it looked like a smooth ice sculpture of a beautiful woman, but she was still able to move. Without the protection of imaginary energy, she curled up in fear of the cold and shivered all over. It's so cold. But Qiong was too lazy to pay attention to her at this moment, and instead studied the sky fire seriously. Can this sky fire be embedded in the star core? Qiong was very surprised. He clearly felt that after embedding the star core, the energy contained in the sky fire judgment doubled. Moreover, it can switch attributes at will. So he moved his mind, and the cold ice and fire immediately turned into hot flames. Vita stopped trembling, but her eyes flashed a trace of disappointment, because Qiong Bao's eyes were not on her at all. Hanabi, Hanabi, I am dying of laughter. Hanabi, my dear sister, Hanabi, the charm you exude when you take off your clothes and look so pitiful seems to be even less than that of the holy judge of Skyfire, Esther. Firefly great. Qiong Bao doesn't have Vita in his eyes. Kiana, really? Kiana, is Qiong Bao pretending? March 7th. Is this still Qiong Bao? Big Duck? Big Duck. I don't believe it. Big Duck. When I was training him before, he wasn't like this when he interrogated me before. Right, May. That means you are more attractive than Vita. Vita. It's really discouraging. Bluebird. I really have to give a thumbs up to Qiong Bao for this. Fuxian, +1. March 7. +1. Robin, +1. Pella. Do you think there's a possibility that playing with Skyfire and playing with Vita are not actually in conflict? Pella. Isn't this just a matter of convenience? Star. Sure enough, after studying the holy judgment of Skyfire for a while, Qiong put his attention back on Vita. I can spare your life, but you can escape the death penalty, but you can't escape it alive. If I don't punish you well, I will let everyone down, Qiong said coldly. But can you not use 880 heavenly fire judgment? I'm scared. When Vita saw Qiong's attention return to her, she hurriedly moved to Qiong Bao's legs, hugged his thighs, and looked up and said pitifully. Qiong cursed inwardly, but he still suppressed the anger of heavenly fire judgment and saw him still frowning and shouting, "Get up." Hearing this, Vita stood up tremblingly and then turned around very sensibly, holding the handle of the mecha driving chair with both hands, and looked back at Qiong Bao pitifully. Qiong. Para? March 7th? Star? Sister Ace? Esta. At Vita. Who taught you to burn like this? Vita. It's Firefly. 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 Hey, don't spread rumors. Firefly, damn it. Firefly. 0 to Para. This is even more pouted than Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf. Get lost. Kiana. So perverted. Fuxian vulgar. Qingque. Can I really watch this without paying? Covering eyes. Ethan, why don't you open a paid channel for the live broadcast room? I feel bad if I don't spend some money. Para, +1. Clara, covering eyes. Hook, covering eyes. Natasha, I know I was wrong. Vita said pitifully. Next, I will ask you some questions. You answer them seriously. If you lie, you will be guilty of a greater crime. Qiong slapped him. A crisp sound rang out. Vita couldn't help sobbing. I ask you, apart from us, is there anyone else watching here? Qiong asked seriously. The reason why he didn't rush to take out the Skyfire to attack was that he wanted to verify something. When he pulled out the Skyfire holy judgment from Qiong Bao's body, he had countless questions in his mind. Ista. March 7th. Fireworks. Fireworks, so? Interesting. Fireworks. Did Qiong Bao guess the existence of the live broadcast room? 075. Qiong. Now the offense and defense have changed. We are attacked from both sides. Silver Wolf. Look, Vita also has a mole here. Silver Wolf? Fu Xian. With so many unreasonable places, how stupid would you be to not guess something is wrong? Black Swan, you can't say that. It's normal to guess something is wrong, but it's still not easy to guess the specific form of the live broadcast room. Black Swan. But compared to this, I'm more curious. If Qiong Bao really guessed the existence of the live broadcast room, what would the live broadcast room do? Xing, a live broadcast room, hey. I'm asking you a question. March 7. Puff Silver Wolf. 6. What a hungry sister. Black Swan. Firefly. Maybe he will invite Qiong Bao in? Robin. In that case, won't the rules of the live broadcast room have to be reestablished? Black Tower. What makes you think this live broadcast room is a very principled one? Kiana. Well said. The live broadcast room is too unprincipled. Silver Wolf. It's just changing orders every day. Big Duck +1. Fu Xian +1. March 7. +1. March 7. But if Qiong Bao really knows, it may not be a bad thing. March 7. In this way, he will know that all the perverted behaviors we have done are not voluntary. March 7th. 0 GZ. This is indeed Big Duck +1. Ista. Silver Wolf +1. Bluebird. But there is also a possibility that the live broadcast room may make us keep it a secret. Bluebird. It feels possible. Bluebird at Vita. Can you tell us about the existence of the live broadcast room now? Do you like being watched? Vita pretended to be surprised. Answer the question. Qiong slapped him again. It was like a fire mark on the ice field with the embers of the sky fire. NZ. It's a remote place. There's no one here. How could anyone stare at it? Besides, I don't have that kind of hobby. I only showed it to you, Vita said shyly. She still couldn't tell the existence of the live broadcast room. Then let me change the question. Besides the fool you mentioned, who else came to Bellowburg with you? Qiong asked again. Besides me and the fool, there was Raiden Mei, Bronya, Yulindel, and the 2 seals. You have seen all of this. They're disguised as trash cans, that's right. They're also my accomplices. If you are angry, you can also teach them a lesson. They can't beat you. Vita suggested as if to take credit. Big Duck? Kiana? Raiden Mei? Orchid Dell. At Vita, don't talk nonsense. Black Sierra, just open your mouth. White Sierra, bad woman. Kiana, don't attack Mei and the others. Silver Wolf, what about you? Kiana, ba. I won't let him succeed. Hanabi. My dear sister, you know what I want to see? Para. I am. Although I want to see it, forget it, Para. After all, you just tried your best to protect our Bellowburg. Although I am a little perverted, I can still tell the purpose. Cocolia, +1. Bronya, +1. Silva, +1. You don't need to sow discord. We may have had some misunderstandings before, but when you wanted to destroy Bellowburg, they stepped forward to protect Bellowburg and help me catch Xing. Continue to answer my questions. Are all your accomplices women? Qiong asked again. Of course, haven't you met them all? Vita was stunned for a moment, and then added meaningfully, I usually only deal with girls, especially recently. I have met a lot of beautiful girls. Hearing this, Qiong knew what was going on. Recalling the journey from the Black Tower space station, the ones with problems were GZ, Sanyu, Yin Lang, and other girls, Lao Yang, Dan Heng, and Jiegu seemed to be normal. Thinking of this, he had a plan in his mind. Since they didn't say anything, he would take the initiative. Big Duck Humph, you still have some conscience. Kiana, it seems that Qiong Bao can still distinguish right from wrong. Raiden Mei, that's good. March 7. But why does Qiong Bao ask these questions? March 7. Hasn't she seen you? March 7. Why do you ask if they are all girls? Esther. If it was Silver Wolf, it might be a boy, but there is no little one among Orchiddale, May, Big Duck, and Sea. Silver Wolf? Silver Wolf. Get lost. Firefly. Ha, Firefly. Qiong Bao's words have a deeper meaning. Firefly. This shows that he didn't believe Vita's previous answer at all. Firefly. Instead, he first assumed that Qiong Bao, Silver Wolf, March 7, GZ, Sister AC, and Big Duck, our behavior abnormal people are watching them right now. Silver Wolf? Star? March 7? March 7. What do you mean? GZ, could it be that he asked if there were any men because he wanted to? Firefly. Haha. Firefly. Of course my dear sister is going to enjoy herself. Firefly. Qiong Bao first assumes that they're the live broadcast room that is always watching them. But Qiong Bao has already regarded my dear sister as his own and does not want other men to see her. Ada, it seems that my sister is still a little charming. Firefly. Oh, Firefly. It's just human nature. Firefly. I can do it too. Xing, +1. Gesta, Bur. Kafka, +1. March 7. But I still don't understand why Qiong Bao asked this question. Can this launch a live broadcast room? Bluebird, of course not. Bluebird. But Bluebird, ahem. I vaguely guessed what Qiong Bao wanted to do covering. Silver Wolf? Silver Wolf. No, does he really want to do it? Firefly. It seems that the offense and defense have changed now. Firefly. It's so interesting. Firefly. Little gray hair, no. Big gray hair can always surprise me. March 7? March 7. What are you talking about? Very good. In that case, I will believe what you say for the time being. Z. I will verify it myself. After understanding Vita's implication, Qiong decisively took out the holy judgment of heavenly fire. In front of all the hypothetical audience, he began to punish. The heavenly fire will not be sheathed until it bleeds. This is human nature, and it is also the law of our ancestors. Vita wanted to destroy the entire Bellowberg, wanting the entire planet to be buried with the people so hateful. A bloodless punishment. Is it worthy of the people of Yalalo? Therefore, Qiong's attack of the Skyfire was justified. After the Star Core was embedded, the Skyfire judgment was upgraded. Qiong couldn't wait to test its power, especially the random switching between ice and flames. First cover with ice, then switch to flames, which can completely produce a melting element reaction on Vita. As for Vita, who has been acting pitiful, after enduring the burning of the Skyfire, and the pain like a sword piercing her heart again and again, she still shed a tear. As for whether it was a tear of regret, it's hard to say. Qiong felt that this woman had a masochistic tendency. Like Bronya, and this inner drama of his was also broadcast in a live broadcast room. Big Duck. Kiana. Firefly. Perla, are you serious? Sister S. Esta. Let go of my Qiong Bao. Firefly. 00 Silver Wolf. Ahem, well done. Perla, that's right. Perla, well done. Excited. Perla, we should teach this bad woman who wants to destroy our Bellowberg a lesson. Perla, is a bloodless punishment worthy of our people of Bellowberg? Shiliwa, this ahem, although this is too much Lingko. Hongwen Clara. Hongwen Hook, huh? Covering his eyes. Natasha. Hey, I'll teach you a lesson sooner or later anyway. Natasha at Clara, at Hook, but you can learn, but you can't do it now, understand? Hook will be obedient. Clara, +1. Sheer. Actually, Sheer, shameless. March 7th. Fu Xian. How can he be so shameless? Hua, +1. Hua. I didn't see anything. Robin, +1. Yukong, +1. Tingyun, +1. And items omitted. Bluebird. It's actually live broadcast, covering eyes. Hanabi. It seems my guess was right. Hanabi at Vita, my dear sister. Hanabi, you're obviously having a lot of fun. Don't look so pitiful, Vita. But Qiong Bao seems to like it. Shingadiya, drive faster. The I'm not going. Isn't it better to watch the live broadcast now? Damn, you actually said I have some masochistic tendencies. Bronya, it's over. I can't get rid of this label. Yuan Dyer. We don't want to keep watching them till the end, do we? Bye, Shir, huh? Kiana. Fuxian. Bila. Greti. March 7. You're so good. March 7. I don't want to watch it. Kiana. Damn live broadcast room. I close my eyes. Why can I still see it? Kiana. Otto Himiko. Ahem. Let's talk about something else. Vita. Qiong Bao is really fierce. Vita. Pitiful.jpg. Firefly. 0W. Hanabi. My dear sister, you are really perverted. Himiko at Vita. Shut up. Himiko. For example, Qiong Bao just said specifically, I will verify it myself later. Himiko. Don't you understand Qiong Bao's intention? March 7. What intention could there be? Kiana. Yes, he just wants to do this. Blushing. Hanabi. Is it possible, Hanabi? Is this actually the effect that Qiong Bao wants? Hanabi. He just wants to stage this wonderful drama in front of you? Hanabi. That's why he asked if Vita's companions had any men. After confirming that there were only girls, he felt relieved and bold to attack Vita March 7. What do you mean? March 7. He gave it to us on purpose. March 7th. Sure enough, Qiong Bao is so bad. Kiana, big devil. Fuxian, +1. Dia, +1. Suchong, +1. Hannah, Qiong Bao actually wants a reaction. Hannah, assuming his assumption is true, let's see. Then, after performing this wonderful drama, he just needs to test your reaction again. We will know soon. Hannah, this is Qiong Bao's counterattack against the live broadcast room, or against us. Hannah, let me guess. Hannah, maybe he will personally make a cup of milk coffee in front of GZ in the future or something. Hanabi, or did you mention the mole to Silver Wolf on purpose? Hanabi, or did you deliberately put the pickled panties on March's bedside? March 7? GZ? Silver Wolf? Hanabi, as long as you guys get impatient, Qiong Bao will win. Hanabi, I think this is Qiong Bao's real purpose. Qingque, Qiong Bao's move really killed him. Qingque, no. Qingque, I suddenly thought of something terrible. Qingque, in this way, we are attacked from both sides. Fuxian? Fuxian, what do you mean? Thoughts? Kiana? Qingque, imagine if Qiong Bao keeps taking the initiative to force us to tell the truth. Then, the live broadcast room takes the opportunity to release more socially deadly tasks. Let us do more socially deadly things. Qingque, isn't that the end? GZ, no wonder Qiong Bao almost discovered the truth, but the live broadcast room didn't react at all. GZ, even broadcasting Qiong Bao's inner thoughts to us. March 7th. Silver Wolf? Big Duck. Big Duck, what a vicious live broadcast room. At the same time, in the cockpit of the Star Crosser, Qiong took out his mobile phone and pressed the shutter button at Vita. Ling Silver Wolf? Vita? Seropito anim, Qiong, how? Outflank Vita and force out the golden finger? Kiana, Qiong Bao has become our captain. Silver Wolf, what a pervert, what does he want to do? March 7, Hanabi really got it right. Bluebird, it's over now. Himiko, indeed. Robin, are they going to persecute both sides? Vita, what are you talking about? Vita, Silver Wolf's mole? Vita, is it the same as mine? Hanabi, of course it's different, my dear sister Hanabi. It's a pity that you haven't seen Silver Wolf's famous scenes, Hanabi. If you have a chance, ask Kiana for the videotape, Kiana. I don't have any more. Kiana, just I won't keep it, okay. Kiana, I destroyed it right away. Vita, eat alone. Firefly at Vita, you are the one who eats alone. Firefly, can't you move? Firefly, Qiong Bao is tired. Firefly, 00, Sister AC? Kafka, Silver Wolf? Silver Wolf, Luing, don't be so crazy. You weren't like this before. Para, did Qiong Bao turn Luing into this? March 7th, pervert, covering eyes, of course. As Hanabi said, The position is not the same. But this did not affect Qiong Bao from cropping the photo of Vita's lower back and sending it to Silver Wolf, and said, "Silver Wolf, look, I have a mole here too." There was no reply from the other end of the phone. But it doesn't matter. Silver Wolf was just one of the small tests, and he didn't really expect to see Silver Wolf's immediate reaction through the phone. So he put away his phone, focused on Vita, turned her over, and took her first kiss. Silver Wolf. Shunjin. I won't bother to pay attention to him. Firefly. 0 to Firefly. This is also Qiong Bao's first kiss. Firefly. Ooh, Firefly. I'm obviously not yellow-haired. Why did I become a loser? Firefly. Leo is lying. Kafka. Pooh. Silver Wolf. Leo. 6. Cocolia. Silva. 660. Orchidel. Orchidel. Why is the yellow-haired loser? Link up +1. Public notice. It is detected that Qiong gradually discovered the truth. In order to avoid exposure in this live broadcast room, the title of King of Trash Can, that should have been inherited by Qiong, will no longer be awarded. But in order to make up for Qiong losing this reward, a better reward than this title will be given. Now give Qiong the reward of the Hyperion. Qiong will drive the Hyperion to travel through many worlds. It can trace the past, rewrite the future, and provide a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world, the former real world. One of the partial permissions of the live broadcast room. Hanabi, the king of trash, Kin is gone. Hiroshi sad. Daya, my admiral's bucket is gone too. Raiden Mei, but it seems that our power can still be used. Kiana, one of the permissions of the live broadcast room. Kiana, Hyperion, isn't this the battleship we had before? But the function is completely different. Kiana, although is not a power type reward, this is too strong, isn't it? Bluebird, it can trace back to the past, provide a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world, and bring them to the current real world. Bluebird, if it is one of the permissions of the live broadcast room, it is indeed a golden finger of real money. Mirror flow, trace back to the past, rewrite the future, and bring back to the present. Mirror flow. Then, the deceased can also come back. Black Tower, Ruan Mei, Kiana, then Jeezy teacher she. Jeezy, as long as the Qiong Bao can anchor the time of your world, it will definitely come back. Himiko, this reward is indeed very exciting. Big Duck. Raiden Mei, teacher Himiko has a chance to come back. Raiden Mei, then Eri and the others Firefly. Maybe we can also Yulindel, tracing the past, rewriting the future Yulindel. In this case, our mother Kiana. They can all come back? March 7. Can this be considered a resurrection? Hanabi. It's more than that, Hanabi. This is really an incredible reward, Hanabi. But I don't know where we'll start now. Hanabi. Are there any conditions, Hanabi? Is it random? Or can I anchor time and space according to my own wishes? Vita. Speaking of which, Qiong Bao can get this reward, but it's all thanks to me. Hanabi, my dear sister, you're really good at taking credit for yourself. Hanabi, didn't Qiong Bao finally force the Hyperion out of you? Vita, it's a bit vulgar, Vita, but it seems to be true. Big Duck at Vita, don't have a fever. Big Duck, let Qiong Bao use the gold finger. Vita, what you're saying, isn't Qiong Bao already using it? Vita, the grievance is obviously Qiong's problem. Vita, poor.jpg. Vita, you can't blame me for this. At the same time, because Qiong gradually discovered the truth and tried to test the members' reactions, the members of the live broadcast room need to pay attention to their words and deeds at all times and not let Qiong find out the clues. If you do something careless, you will be punished by the live broadcast room. The punishment will be social death, centered on covering up a lie. The reward for the Hyperion is also to divert the attention of Qiong. Please work together, members of the live broadcast room. Being tough to the end is the principle of this live broadcast room. Qingque, March 7th. Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf, are you serious? Jeezy, as expected. Jeezy, what we were worried about just now happened. Fu Xian, Damn, now there's another person who can punish us at any time excuse. Gue Naifin, it really makes me cry. Gue Naifin, you can punish us directly. Covering tears.jpg. Silverwolf. It's already the 2185th century. Silverwolf. Sundra retired early. Silverwolf. Still being stubborn is the principle of this live broadcast room. Esta. The content of the punishment will be social death, centered on covering a lie. Bluebird. As we all know, in order to cover a lie, you need countless lies. Bluebird. The only way to break the deadlock is to admit your XP. March 7th. Silverwolf. March 7. You are not asking me to admit that I am a pervert who likes to steal Qiong Bao's original panties. Are you? Ginelifin. Of course. Para. Accept your fate. Little March. Para. Join me in being a smoldering pervert. March 7. Get lost. March 7. How am I smoldering? March 7. No, I'm not a pervert. Shilyawa at Para. Then do you dare to be honest in front of Qiong Bao? Para. Ahem. Let's put it one way or another. Para. My personality is a smoldering type. Of course, the essence is that Qiong Bao must discover it himself. Bluebird. 6*6. Adb. Shilyawa. 6. Silverwolf. Against the will of heaven. Ginelifin. You have to be Para to play. I don't know how long it took. Anyway, it was a long time in the cockpit of the Star Crosser. After absorbing enough of the terrifying star core power of Qiong Bao, Vita used the authority of Su'a and the power of imaginary numbers to make herself a set of tight clothes that showed her sexy figure but covered her tightly. It was still the shape of one-sided trousers and one-sided black silk. In addition, Vita completely repaired the Star Crosser. Although it lost the star core, it was once transformed by the star core and evolved into the final form. Now, even if it loses the star core, it still retains its form, and its power is far from comparable to the original form. At this time, there was enough space in the cockpit of the Star Crosser, and it was no longer eroded by the ice and snow of Bellowberg. Vita nestled in Qiong's arms like a little bird. You will stay by my side in the future, Qiong said. Have I upgraded from a criminal to your woman? Vita's eyes were as charming as silk. In addition to attachment, there's also nostalgia for the other person in his eyes. Of course, I'm not the kind of man who doesn't recognize people after pulling up his pants. Besides, you were bewitched by the Star Core and almost destroyed Bellowberg. Although there was no casualty or disaster, you are still very dangerous as a woman. I won't feel at ease if I don't stay by your side and watch over you. Qiong said. Hanabi, my dear sister, your clothes are not hot enough. It is completely different from what you did just now. Is it for contrast? Hanabi, you are so scheming. Vita, didn't you learn this from Para? Ahem. Para, you learned it well. Silverwolf. Humph. That sounds nice. You are not the kind of man who will not recognize you once you put up your pants. Silverwolf. You are just greedy for Vita's body. Fuxian, haha. You are just attracted by her beauty. Qingque. Haha. It's human nature. Gue Naifin. +1. Para. +1. March 7. Wait, what do you mean? March 7. Is this bad woman going to follow our Starry Sky train in the future? Himiko. Although I don't like her, what Qiong Bao said makes sense. It's so dangerous. It's not good not to watch her. Jeezy. And if she's here, she can actually divert Qiong Bao's attention. Jeezy. Otherwise, we might be the ones who get hurt. March 7. That's right, Raiden Mei. I have no objection. Raiden Mei. It's better for Vita to stay in your world. Big Duck. Indeed, to avoid harming us. Hanabi. You don't think you can go back by yourself, do you? Hanabi. Can you really go back without Hanabi's help? Hey, Sierra. Bye, Sierra. Yulan Dyer. Kiana? Kiana, what do you mean? Kiana. May. And the others can't come back either? But will your companions forgive me? Vita asked. Then you can make amends for your crime and see how you perform. Qiong said. I will try my best to warm the bed for your wives, Vita laughed. Wives? Qiong was stunned for a moment. Isn't it? I don't believe you only have me as your woman, Vita's fingertips slowly wrote some unknown words on Qiong's clothes. Indeed, there are more than one. But there are only two officially confirmed. One is Esta, the station master of the Black Tower space station. I will introduce them to you when I meet them. And Qiong Bao, you have seen her, Qiong said seriously. What about the little girl with pink hair? Isn't she? Vita asked deliberately. Not yet, Qiong replied. So, it will be in the future? Do you want Xiaowei to help you? Master Vita's eyes are very touching. March 7? March 7. March 7 at Vita. What nonsense are you talking about? Sister AC, Otto, Sister AC, great. Qiong Bao always remembers me as his wife. Qing, now I am the one who is good. Qing, you are already a pink-haired loser. Firefly, 0-T-O, Firefly. I am the real loser, Silver Wolf, in the cockpit of the Star Crosser. Just as Qiong and Vita were being affectionate, a prompt suddenly appeared in his mind. The sound rang, and at the same time, a line of words suddenly appeared in front of him. Ding. 99%. Hyperion has been completely repaired, officially serving you now. From now on, you will become the captain of Hyperion. You will drive the Hyperion to travel through many worlds. Go back to the past, provide a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world, and bring them to the current real world. Each time you travel, you will anchor time and space in a random way. Anchoring time and space. Vita can still get the golden finger? Do you want to do it again? Qiong was stunned. Then do it again, Vita thought. 077. AI Echan. Can I see your charging port? Apei scans the code to anchor the last lesson. Kiana changes her face without deducting Bean's Hyperion. I became a captain in the Star Dome Railway world? Finally, it's my turn to drive, travel through many worlds, trace the past, and rewrite the future. Provide a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world and bring them to the current real world. Isn't this resurrection? But can you make this random anchoring time and space faster? Qiong asked hurriedly. Random anchoring has been completed. The world you can currently anchor is the collapse world. Time node. When Himiko Matanchuo and Hershers of the Void have a decisive battle, you can drive the Hyperion to this time node at any time. In order to prevent the world from being greatly destroyed and in chaos due to your presence, the time you can stay at this anchor point is limited. The time you stay will be calculated based on your current energy. You can currently stay at this anchor point 1 hour. The unused time can be accumulated to the next shuttle. All your actions at this anchor point, the butterfly effect caused by it, will be corrected under the power of this system. Become reasonable. The Hyperion has stopped near you and can log in at any time. Tips. The Hyperion can change into various forms according to your needs. Kiana? Raiden Mei? Big Duck? Kiana. Kiana. Himiko Sensei. Kiana. That's great. Kiana. Otto. Kiana. Himiko Sensei is saved. Big Duck. If Qiong Bao can really save Himiko Sensei, I will. Vita, give yourself to me. Big Duck. How is that possible? Big Duck. There are many ways to express gratitude. Who would be so perverted as you? Raiden Mei. I can't wait to meet Himiko Sensei. Himiko. I want to meet her too. It will be wonderful. Bronya. I can't say. Bronya. At least my experience was terrible. Bronya. 0-T. Oh, Big Duck. Do you think I want that? Big Duck. Auto Firefly. It's only an hour, Firefly. It seems that the live studio doesn't intend to let Qiong Bao stay there for too long, Vita. If that happens, won't I have to stay alone in the empty room? Sister Ace. I don't want to be a widow. Star +1. Firefly +1. March 7. But the last function is too weird. Silver Wolf. Change into various forms? Himiko. I think it might be let Qiong Bao change it into the Starry Sky train. Para. Huh? Para. Doesn't that mean it's a harem train? Para. Save beautiful girls in different worlds. And then keep them in the harem train secretly. Para. Otherwise, it would be troublesome if two Himiko appeared in the Starry Sky train at the same time, right? March 7. Kiana? Big Duck? Bluebird. Himiko of Infinite Tower is in danger. Kiana. I hope she can be brought back. Kiana and Teacher Himiko's personality. Forget it. You will know it later. Infinite Tower Himiko. The last lesson. 1 hour. Enough. Bronya has grown up, and the great collapse is over. If I interfere too much, everything they have done will be in vain. It may even affect the present. It's better to save some time for the next time. But this Hyperion can also change into various forms according to my needs. Qiong suddenly had a bold idea. When this bold idea was broadcasted in the live broadcast room, a completely different voice popped up in his mind at the same time. It was similar to the AI just now, but this voice was obviously more lovely and lively. Captain, don't be shy. No. Who are you? Qiong was stunned. He felt that this voice was very familiar, but he couldn't remember it for a while. I am the shipboard AI of your Hyperion, i.e. Hyperion. Captain, you can call me AI-chan. You will know after you board the ship. Pella, a bold idea. March 7. Qiong Bao's mind is full of bitterness. Silver Wolf. Not even ships are spared. Bluebird. Qiong Bao's trash is not spared. Big Duck, get lost. Big Duck, don't let me recall it. Big Duck, Otto, Firefly, go to the Star-Crosser Mecha. Vita? Esta, against the will of heaven. Firefly, an AI called AI-chan. Firefly, I really smell the scent of Vixen. Xing, +1. Esta, Bird. Pella, +1. Pella, this voice is the voice of a beautiful girl. Gue Naifan, it can't be a real beautiful girl, right? Star-Crosser Cockpit. Qiong released the hand that was kneading Vita and stood up and said, Come on, I'll take you to see something. This Hyperion will become the carriage for his starry sky train. There is nothing to hide. The role of this golden finger is also to remind him that his journey is still in the galaxy of the starry sky railway, so the anchoring time node is not too long. The regrets of the past need to be changed, but people should live in the present and look forward to the future, including those who will be saved by him in the future. They should also come to the present and rush to the stars with him. Okay, Xiao Wei happily put her arm around Qiong Bao's shoulders, as intimate as a couple in love. I wonder what expression Gracio will show when she sees me like this now. It will definitely be fun, right? I'm really looking forward to it. No, I should think about how Qiong Bao will capture Gracio. Vita couldn't help thinking. After walking out of the cockpit of the Star-Crosser, Qiong saw a white floating battleship that was no smaller than the Black Tower space station. The battleship also parked beside the Star-Crosser considerately, opened the battleship door for Qiong, and unfolded a bridge so that Qiong could walk directly over. Qiong was of course very fond of such a considerate AI-chan. So, when they walked into the Hyperion, they saw a beautiful girl with green hair and red eyes, a cabbage head, twin ponytails, and breasts that were not inferior to Vita's. And on the breast, there was even a barcode. People can't help but take out their phones to scan. Welcome back, Captain. I'm your close assistant, AI-chan. Do you like me in this look? AI-chan bowed slightly. Yes, but can I scan the code first? Qiong asked, staring at the frame. You'll know this later. AI-chan said. Well, I have another question. Do you need a charge? Where is the charging port? Qiong couldn't help asking. Captain is really perverted. It seems that my body will affect my work. AI-chan said, and suddenly turned into little AI-chan, a flat-chested little lowly with white silk stockings, but still a green cabbage head. Can you switch any time? Qiong's eyes flashed. Puff, little AI-chan, are you sure this won't make the master more excited? Vita couldn't help teasing. March 7. I knew it would be like this. Oh, TT. Oh, Luing. I am worse than a loser. Luing. I can't even snatch an AI. Xing. You are indeed a vixen. Xing. There's a barcode on your breasts. Xing. But it doesn't matter. I am the wife. Sister AI +1. Bila. Aisheng Isao Guji. Excited. Gue Naifan. I think your black silk scale is not bad. Pella. Ahem. Compared to AI-chan, I am still a little conservative. Kiana. as long as I can save Amiko-sensei. What's wrong with Qiong Bao opening a harem? Kiana, it's just human nature. Right, May. But Kiana, Dia, you change your face so quickly? Dia, although I agree with your point of view. Qingque, haha, Qingque, really good smelling warning. Jinglu, a real man should have a harem. Jinglu, come on, Qiong Bao. Fushuan, I can see that you want to have this job too. Fushuan, but ahem, as long as it doesn't happen to me, I'll approve of it. Tingyun, such ability. Tingyun, it seems that it's not only a reward for Qiong Bao, but also an indirect reward for us. Yakong. Indeed, if there's no Qiong Bao, we will never get a chance to revive by randomly drawing. Yakong now. Yakong. Thanks to Qiong Bao for guessing the existence of the live broadcast room and changing it to such a reward. Yakong. I think the time and space nodes anchored by Qiong Bao should all be related to the members of our live broadcast room. Yakong. It's just a matter of order. Yakong. As for the price, Yakong. Ahem, it shouldn't be considered a price. Qiong Bao is such an excellent man. I don't think it's a big deal to have a few more women. March 7. Although I understand you eat sad face B. March 7. Don't you have any warning before you change your face? March 7. I'm not used to you doing this. March 7. Not long ago, you and I were scolding Qiong Bao for being a pervert. Yakong. Ahem. Let's put in a different light. Kiana. +1. Big Duck. +1. May. +1. Qingque. Haha, Qingque. This is a chance to revive. Qingque. How many people dream of it but can't get it? Qingque. Now, because Qiong Bao can be seen and touched. No, you can't, FK. If you want to FK, you should upgrade AI-chan first. AI-chan said. You can still upgrade? Qiong was surprised. Of course, as long as you successfully bring back 10 people, Captain. The Hyperion will be upgraded by 1 level. Every upgrade will unlock unexpected functions. AI-chan said. So, at what level can you FK? Qiong's goal seemed clear. You'll know when you upgrade, Captain. Are you going to leave now? Or do you want AI-chan to take you to the bedroom to FK? AI-chan glanced at Vita. Okay, Vita agreed quickly. Ahem, let's hurry up and leave. Qiong said. So, under the leadership of little AI-chan, the few of them came to the cockpit. Before anchoring a specific time node, please watch what happens at that time node first. Then you can select the time before traveling by scanning AI-chan's code. After arriving at the anchored time and space, AI-chan will drive the Hyperion to pick you up at any time. AI-chan said as she played the last lesson on the big screen in front of the cockpit. Is that how it works? This function is good. But then again, little AI-chan, do you only have 1 code to scan? After Qiong took out his phone, he couldn't help asking. Guess. AI-chan smiled mysteriously. Let's upgrade quickly. Firefly. Sister AI, see. March 7. March 7. What a weird setting. Perla indeed. Perla, what a weird setting. Firefly at Vita. My dear sister, try to strip this cabbage. Firefly. See if there are any other codes. Vita. I will find a chance to do it, don't worry. My dear sister, Vita. So Qiong Bao likes this. Vita. Let me think about it. I also want Qiong Bao to tattoo something for me. Firefly. Firefly. Shameless vixen. Firefly. I want Qiong Bao to tattoo myself too. Star +1. Ista. Jezzy. Look, let's stop arguing. The last lesson is about to begin. Kiana. OTTO, right in May. Can I finally see Mr. Himiko again? Big Duck. Damn it, if I had known it would be like this, I would have driven faster and followed Qiong Bao back. Xing, do you regret it now? Big Duck. Who made them do that just now? Big Duck. I know he might get angry and arrest me too. Kiana. Wait, I suddenly remembered something. Kiana, I was still the Herschers of the sky at that time. Kiana. Wouldn't Qiong Bao have brought me back from that time? Kiana. Wouldn't that mean it would be completely ruined? Right, May? Big Duck? Yolandel? I will write about Collapse 3, but the length will be controlled. At present, the main plot is still in Collapse Iron, mainly to pave the way for the immortal boat, and getting by hung will make the plot of the immortal boat more interesting. 078. When anti-entropy goes bankrupt. Qiana. Did Qiong Bao really bring Queen Konglu back? Stop her from seeing Laoyang before the last lesson begins. In order to prevent you from knowing nothing about the people in this timeline, and to let you understand the cause and effect, I will first retrieve the relevant video materials for you and explain them to you. But it should be noted that these relevant video materials cannot be anchored, and you need to draw the time and space anchor point. AI-chan said considerately. So, the Queen's Descent was played first. The cockpit of Hyperion seemed to be specially designed for playing movies. At this moment, the lights turned on and off, as if you were instantly in a brand new world. The white-haired and golden-eyed Herschers of the sky grabbed Raiden Mei's throat. Qiana. Mei uttered the last sound with difficulty. The golden pupils of the Herschers of the sky suddenly changed color, and the clear blue eyes flashed, followed by endless pain and wailing. But Qiana's consciousness was still at a disadvantage after all. A burst of sneers sounded in the sky. A space black hole was torn open, and a huge Honkai beast flew out of it, and it ruthlessly waved its spikes at the fallen Raiden Mei. At the critical moment, the anti-entropy mecha blocked its attack in time. Mei took the opportunity to stand up, but saw, behind her, there were thousands of anti-entropy mechas, and they rushed towards the Herschers of the sky without stopping. When Mei looked up again, above the sky, the Herschers of the sky descended like a queen, standing proudly in the world. Her skirt was flying. Dozens of purple-black spherical space black holes suddenly tore open behind her. The queen stepped on the void. Imaginary energy laid a ladder for her. A melody of Befall sounded. This war between humans and Honkai was completely kicked off. Raging Wind sound, Bikini, 397, while your visage fades away. When your face withers, Hurricane Tiangong, where the world lies in pieces at my feet. This is the world that is shattered under my feet. Topa. Raging Wind, Bikini, Topa. Deliberate or accidental? Sister AC. It's over, Topa. Your thoughts have also been distorted by the live broadcast room. Topa. Just kidding. Hanabi. Maybe she was just being careless. Hanabi. With this figure, this look, and a bikini, she can fascinate Qiong Bao. Vita. I can wear it too. Hanabi. You are really hot, my dear sister. Vita. You're not bad, my dear sister. I think you're very suitable to be a female ghost. Hanabi. I don't want to be a small fish female ghost. This stereotype is so boring. Para. The contrast is invincible. Bluebird. Bluebird. Is this the Herschers of the sky? Bluebird. The former Qiana. Sister Ace. I have to say, this Qiana, why is the contrast so big now? Qiana. What's wrong now? Silverwolf. Now she looks stupid, silly. Silverwolf. Almost like March. March 7? March 7. You can even take me with you? March 7. How am I silly? Big Duck at Silverwolf. Your evaluation is correct. Qiana is just an idiot. Raiden Mei, Raiden Mei. Now she's cuter, Qiana at Big Duck at Silverwolf. You are the idiot, silly. Qiana, don't judge people by appearances, okay? Qiana, Mei is right, this girl is cute, okay? March 7. +1. Ethan. Although this Herschers of the Void looks bad, this look, the eyes are so handsome. See, Para. This eyes. Para. It's amazing. Para. Qiong Bao must be very excited after watching it. Hanabi. Lady Hanabi knows. Hanabi. The live broadcast room deliberately let AI-chan play this part of the Queen's arrival. Hanabi. Then seduce Qiong Bao and take her back. Qiana. You won't do it for real, will you? Qiana. Then won't I disappear from the world? Vita. Maybe Vita. Doesn't the rules say that the world will be corrected? Big Duck. But how can it be corrected when the people are gone? Big Duck. Without Qiana, our world will not be as simple as collapse. The fire and the storm and the snow and the mist. Fire and storm, snow and fog. Struggle inside. Help me gain insight. Bear the pain in your heart. Help me gain insight. Humans, your existence is wrong. War, deception, jealousy, greed. You once made me lose everything. But today, I will devour everything. Because I am the collapse. Hail my proud queen on and on and on. Long live the queen, endless. All over the ground, densely packed, thousands of anti-entropy mechas knocked down batches of collapsed beasts. While locking set the target, the barrels of the guns were all aimed at the queen of sky law in the sky. The next second, 10,000 guns fired at the same time. But the queen in the sky was not moved at all. When the artillery fire was about to hit her, the corner of her mouth slightly raised, and she snapped her fingers with disdain, and then as she moved forward, dozens and hundreds of imaginary barriers appeared instantly. Not only did they block the thousands of artillery fire, but they even used the power of space to tear open black holes in space above the heads of the thousands of mechas, returning all the artillery fire just now. For a while, on the battlefield, sparks rained down, destroyed one anti-entropy mecha after another. Hail my proud queen on and on and on. Long live the queen, endless, bluebird. This queen is so handsome. Kiana, Para, Kiana. You can become like this now, right? Excited. Kiana what? Alert.jpg. Para. When Qiong Bao saves Himiko, would you consider turning back into the queen and reward Qiong Bao? Kiana, no. Kiana. One thing for another, Firefly, Firefly. So many mechas, Big Duck, Big Duck. Right now is the time. When anti-entropy goes bankrupt, Big Duck, oh no, not just him, many people are bankrupt, and even the island is gone. Kiana, don't mention this. Right in May. Few Cocolia. Anti-entropy? Cocolia, I remember you said before that I was the acting leader of anti-entropy in your world. Right in May. Yes, I didn't expect you to remember. March 7. Wait, Uncle Yang seems to be the leader of anti-entropy too? Big Duck, that's right, Big Duck. These mechas were built by your Uncle Yang, anti-entropy, at a huge cost. March 7. Uncle Yang is really a mecha fan. Firefly, the mechas are so cool. Star +1. Vita +1. Himiko, but Himiko. Obviously, these are not the point. Himiko, the point is, if Qiong Bao really brings this Queen Konglu back, she must not be allowed to meet Walter. Himiko. Otherwise, the consequences may be very serious. Big Duck, indeed. Kiana, ahem, wasn't me anyway. Blushing LJPG, too Big Duck. Did you say that a raven? Kiana. The Hershers of the Void has the power to unify imaginary numbers and manipulate space. Before becoming Kiana and the Hershers of the Void, she was just an ordinary girl born in Siberia named Sarin. But after her mother died of Honkai disease and became an orphan, as a being with Honkai resistance, she was taken in as an experimental subject by the Babylon Tower under the Destiny organization, numbered 52. Because she showed extremely high Honkai tolerance in the experiment, it also laid a hidden danger for her to become the Hershers of the Void. She was taken away with her friends Aurora and Agatha, but they suffered inhuman torture in the Honkai energy adaptability experiment and died one after another, until her best friend Bella also died painfully in front of her. She was powerless and began to desire power. In the endless pain, Shilin gradually hated and despaired those hypocritical adults. Driven by the desire for maternal love and warmth, she prayed to the gods again and again, and finally her gods responded to her. She became the Hershers of the Void, but she failed zero. She died in the second Great Honkai, but her consciousness still remains in the Hershers core. Someone wanted to study Honkai, so they implanted the once-damaged Hershers core of the Void into the body of the K-423 experimental subject. That is the body called Kiana, you see now. For some reasons, Shilin's consciousness was divided into two opposite sides of good and evil. K-423, that is, Kiana, inherited Shilin's kindness. Since she became conscious, she has always regarded herself as Kiana, so she rejected the law of the Void and was afraid of becoming the law of the Void. The power of the Hershers core would be completely controlled by the dark side of Sarin. This Queen of the Void is the dark side of Sarin. They both exist in Kiana at the same time. They are both the same person and unique individuals. AI-chan explained carefully and at the same time called up relevant film and television materials. Kiana, Su sang, it's so complicated, I feel dizzy. Su sang, however, I didn't expect so many things to happen to Kiana. Hanabi, Master Hanabi understood. This is to persuade Qiong Bao to bring the queen back. Qingque, indeed, otherwise there would be no need to say so much. Qingque, besides, isn't this the last lesson? Qingque, instead of introducing Jizi properly, you introduced the queen first. I heard the abacus beads beating in Luofu. March 7. That shilling is so pitiful. March 7. After such a childhood, no wonder she hates humans so much. March 7. Does Qiong Bao really want to bring her back? March 7. Let's not talk about what will happen to Kiana and Uncle Yang. It's hard to change her character that hates humans, right? Xing, do you think there's a possibility? Xing, is Qiong Bao a Star-Core spirit? Ompela, aí chão, isão inteligência artificial. Vita, I'm also a bad woman. Guate and Aifin, 6, Silver Wolf. What an invincible combination. Hanabi, I am dying of laughter. So, you told me so much because you hope that I will bring her back too? Qiong asked. AI-chan didn't say that. AI-chan denied it decisively. What happens after this battle? Will the queen disappear? Will Kiana regain control of her body? Qiong asked. Yes, but the queen hasn't disappeared yet. But Kiana will eventually regain control of her body. AI-chan explained. Then, if I bring her back, won't that world collapse? Qiong asked. Don't worry. No matter what choice you make, the world will automatically correct itself. Kiana will still exist. Do you still remember the mission of the Hyperion? You will drive the Hyperion through many worlds, tracing back to the past, rewriting the future, providing a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world, and bringing them to the current real world. Providing a place for those who have lost their home in the fragments of the world. The dark side of Serin will lose the place Kiana in the near future. So, it is in line with Hyperion's code of conduct. Because of the special nature of Kiana and Queen Konlu, if you bring Queen Konlu back, this system will automatically generate a new body for her soul. And the original Kiana will still stay in the original world to prevent the world from collapsing. Other people may not be able to do this, Ai reminded. Then let's go. Qiong scanned the code on Ai's breast with her mobile phone, preparing to intercept time and travel. Don't you want to watch the last lesson again? Ai asked. You have explained it so clearly. What else is there to see? Go directly to the scene, catch the person, and run. With my current strength, isn't it a matter of seconds? Hurry up. Qiong said nothing. Directly selected the time before Jizi and the queen started fighting and traveled. Kiana? Big Duck? March 7? March 7. Really bring it back. Jizi, I have to get your Uncle Yang away. Yulan Del. It's okay. May and I are already talking to Mr. Walter. Raiden May. The most urgent thing is to remind Qiong Bao. Xing, at Big Duck, drive faster. Big Duck, don't rush me, don't rush me. I'm more anxious to see Teacher Jizi than you are. Kiana. Otto. Kiana, I want to go there too. 079. When Wooly yanked at Jizi immersed herself in Kiana's crying voice. March, Jizi, don't get off the car anymore. I'm scared. Just as Qiong Bao was driving Hyperion to anchor the last lesson and shuttle through it, a series of extremely familiar voices sounded in his ears. Hyperion was traveling through a time tunnel. In front of him, on both sides of him, there were scenes about Jizi's life. Damn, you have to chase me with a knife, right? And it's a clip knife? Qiong was numb, but it was too late to turn off the speaker now. The first knife had already drawn blood. The last lesson was just like that after watching it too many times, but when Kiana's heartbreaking cry came out, the after effect was really strong. Qiong was always aroused. No, I must let Jizi experience it later. Qiong made up her mind. If one day your comrade loses control because of the collapse, you must end her life without hesitation. Murata Himiko said, if it is Teacher Jizi who loses control, should we do it too? Kiana asked with a childish voice. Even if it's me, you must not hesitate. Himiko Mulianctus said. What if one day if I lose control, then Aunt Himiko, you must. Kiana's cautious words were not finished yet, and she was interrupted by Himiko, who said, I won't let this happen. Kiana, as your instructor and captain, I will do my best to protect each of you. Himiko Muliancta explained. What a cunning statement. Kiana couldn't help but complain. This is my principle. Himiko Muliancta finished speaking. The scene turned, and she was seen standing in front of a fiery red armor that was made for her. This is the prototype of the god-killing armor, the true Red Knight Eclipse, which allows you to temporarily control the Hersher's affairs as a human. But at the same time, the damage it will cause to the user is unpredictable. Fu Hua's voice sounded in her ears. 03, don't say such things. I've already given up the choice. After putting on the armor, she glanced at the god-killing spear in her hand, which was made of Hsien B46 serum and could destroy Honkai energy, and then set foot on the battlefield to conquer the Hershers of the sky. A song Moon Halo sounded again. Some deserts on this planet were oceans once. Some deserts on this planet were once oceans. Unlike the video that GZ played in the storage room before, the focus of the live broadcast room was on Laoyang. For the 4 words, the flame will always burn, it was just a touching story that was not easy to understand. In fact, there was not such a strong sense of substitution. And this time, after the music sounded, it was followed by Kiana's crying. Rit, if a comrade loses his mind, you must end her life without hesitation. Jit. Kiana kept sobbing. The scene instantly switched to GZ swinging the last sword at the Hershers of the sky. But the sword did not hit the Hershers of the sky on the head because she had said, as your instructor and captain, I will do my best to protect each of you. So she tried her best just to inject the god-killing spear into the body of the Hershers of the sky to eliminate the Hokai energy in the Hersher's body and let Kiana regain consciousness. Kiana, this is the last lesson, she said. Kiana, Otto, Himiko. So this is the last lesson, the complete story of the Eternal Flame. March 7, 0 to 0. March 7, Himiko, don't go to explore in the future. March 7, or just stay in the observation car and drink coffee. March 7, after reading this, I'm a little panicked. March 7, no wonder Uncle Yang didn't trust you to go alone when you were on a mission before. March 7, 0 T O 07. Himiko, although we are the same body, this kind of thing will not necessarily happen. Himiko, we can't just give up because of fear, right? Big Duck, what do Kokolia and Bronya say? Kokolia, Bronya. Bronya, coincidence? Zeta, what are you afraid of? Isn't my name Seal? There is no difference between black and white seal. White seal, huh? Don't you have one? Hey, Sierra, maybe there will be one in the future. Sierra, hey, don't be such a pessimist. I don't want to have another me. Qingque, Qingque. Although it sounded a bit annoying, I seem to have thought of that scene. Qingque. Himiko, March. This is the last lesson. March 7, no. Eat. 0, TTTO. Big Duck. Although I don't know much about you, March 7, your personality is really similar to that of Kiana before. You both look silly. If you don't like what I hear, just treat it as simple-minded, but very cute and lively. Big Duck, in summary, you are traveling with Himiko again. Hanabi at Qingque, this is not good. It's not complete. Hanabi, March. When you wake up, you will see that everything has changed. You will find that this world is no longer beautiful. Those ordinary daily lives will never come back. Hanabi, but don't give up. Never give up. Hanabi, Mitsuki, raise your head and keep moving forward. Hanabi, go and turn this imperfect story into what you want it to be and live on. Mitsuki. Hanabi, this is the last lesson. Silver Wolf, I missed a sentence. Himiko should have said one more sentence. I really want to have another cup of coffee. 007. DB, Himiko, you guys got in the show too quickly. Mitsuki Nana, don't say anymore. Mitsuki Nana. Mitsuki Nana. I'm scared. Himiko, after the last lesson. Qiong finally arrived at the battlefield in Hyperion without any hesitation. After stepping out of the hatch, He flew over directly, with irresistible force, first hugged the waist, with a defiant, cold, and disdainful expression on her face. The Hershers of the Void who was about to show off, she looked at Qiong, who suddenly broke into the battlefield with a confused face. Being hugged like this, she was about to vent her anger in a messy posture, but found that she couldn't break free from those powerful hands at all. Even the power of space couldn't be used. How is this possible? The Hershers of the Void was shocked. Huh? Who is this? Wooliangta Himiko saw this scene clearly, but before she could react, Qiong had already flown in front of her, and then he also lifted her up by the waist. One on the left and one on the right, two beauties were carried back to Hyperion by Qiong Bao. Wooliangta Himiko, the Hershers of the Void. March 7? March 7, you got it back just like that. Qingque, you got it back so juicy. Fuxian, I think 1 hour is too much. Jinglu, you know. This can be saved for next time. Yakong, yes. Kiana, so fast. Kiana, but it's great. Kiana, Jeezy finally came back to life. Kiana, she's still the same. Kiana, Otto Big Duck, +1. Raiden Mei, +1. Yolandel, +1. Hey Sierra, +1. By Sierra, +1. Kiana, thanks to Qiong Bao. Kiana at Raiden Mei, I can't get over it, but remember to thank Qiong Bao for me. Raiden Mei? Yes, I will. Para, will you pledge yourself to me? Raiden Mei, is this the only thing on your mind? Para, yes. Raiden Mei, Silver Wolf. So funny, you're quite honest. Silver Wolf, if you have the guts, you can act arrogantly in front of Qiong Bao. What's the point of talking big in the live broadcast room? You are a pervert, Pella. Ahem, I don't have the guts Qiong Bao hasn't given me. Blushing, Silver Wolf. Lingku, Para, Shiliwa. It's against the will of heaven. Huahua. Haha. Huahua. Congratulations to Qiong Bao for getting 2 wives. Vita, I won't be left out because of this, will I? Vita, it seems I have to think of something. Huahua. Dear sister, I have a way. Do you want to learn? Vita, you haven't tasted Qiong Bao yet. Can you really teach me? Huahua, what are you talking about? Have you never eaten pork, but you haven't seen pigs run? Huahua, the big show you just had, we all saw it clearly in our live broadcast room. Huahua, I know how deep my sister is. March 7. I'm impressed by you guys. Sometimes I really want to call the police. March 7. March 7. I don't want to understand at all. Mockingbird, +1. Suchong, +1. Clara, +1. Hyperion. The hatch has been closed immediately. AI-chan and Vita are already welcoming them. Who are you? The Hershers of the Sky and Himiko couldn't help asking. Even though the two were just arguing with each other, they were sharp-tongued. But at this moment, they were like 2 mermaids out of water, flapping on the shore. Captain, you can put them down. Don't worry, as long as they board the Hyperion, their powers will be temporarily sealed. Only with your permission, Captain, can they be unsealed. Similarly, they cannot leave the Hyperion without your permission, Captain. AI-chan explained quickly. Is that so? That would save a lot of trouble. Qiong then let go of the two. Although she was reluctant, there was still a long way to go. Qiong was not in a hurry. Hyperion. I didn't know the Hyperion looked like this, and there was a captain like you. What's going on? Who are you? What are you going to do? Wooliangta Jeezy asked a series of questions. She and the Hershers of the Void checked their strength at the first time, and sure enough, this cabbage head did not lie. Please don't worry. Please don't struggle. I will explain it to you. This is Qiong, the captain of Hyperion. Of course, you can also call him Qiong Bao, or just captain. As for me, I am Hyperion's artificial intelligence AI. You can call me AI-chan, Ai-chan said quickly. Don't you introduce me? Ai-chan, I'm so sad. I am your captain's wife. Anyway, hello. My name is Vita. You can also call me Xiao. Vita greeted them in a familiar way. In response to her, of course, the embarrassment in the air filled the air. Please follow me, both of you. AI, you walked in front. Qiong and Vita naturally followed. In order to let you two understand your current situation as soon as possible, video data is undoubtedly the most effective, and this is closely related to your future destiny. I believe you will not refuse. AI, he said mysteriously. The Hershers of the Sky and Himiko of the Infinite Tower can only accept the current situation. Although they dislike each other, they have no strength left. If they continue to fight, it will be like a fight between shrews. There is no cool space power and no handsome the authority of the Great Sword and the Hershers of Flame. Only the Turtle Fist remained. Mulianta Himiko didn't mind, but the Hershers of the Void had a high opinion of herself, a queen-like demeanor. Every move was elegant. How could she possibly fight with Himiko? So, AI and her companions returned to the cockpit. Hyperion set sail again. While passing through the long space-time tunnel, Kiana's figure appeared in front of them. Kiana had already cried. Her voice was choked, heartbreaking. Mulianta Himiko's face, a smiling but silent figure stood in front of her, but she didn't dare to look. Instead, she said to herself in a sad and moving voice, 67%. No, I should say goodbye to you with a smile at this time. I should walk out of that door bravely. I know this is just a memory, and reality is where I should go back to, but I still can't help thinking, as long as I don't walk out of that door, will time never pass? Will this moment never change? I don't even have a chance to say goodbye to you. I obviously still have a lot to say to you. I haven't fulfilled those boasts. This is a dream. I will wake up from the dream. I know. I will go back. I will defeat the Hershers of the Thousands. I will take May home. The 11th ruler, the 12th ruler, even the ruler of the end. I will defeat them. I will turn this imperfect story into what we expect. I just want you to see all this 080. Seeing the future Wuliangta Jeezy, the far East Demon Cave? What kind of demon master am I? The white world enveloped Kiana, and the surrounding scenery seemed a little strange, yet somewhat familiar. Kiana knew why she was here. When that back figure appeared, Kiana's eyes could no longer be moved away. Reason reminded Kiana that this was a world created by the core memory. But despite this, she still longed for another chance to meet her. Even if it was just to say goodbye. Kiana took a step forward. Long time no see, Kiana. Infinite Tower Himiko turned around and smiled at Kiana and said hello. This is just a residual image of consciousness, right? Kiana asked, right? At least time here will not flow. But we can't talk like this. I'm sorry, I couldn't stay with you. Infinite Tower Himiko said, I'm glad to see teacher Himiko again. At least, I can say goodbye to you in this way. Kiana said, in the cockpit of the Hyperion. Himiko Muruta stared at the scene in front of her in a daze. This is your future. If we hadn't stopped you, you would have died in the battle with the Hershers of the Void, but your goal would have been achieved. You successfully injected the god-killing spear into her, causing the Honkai energy in her body to temporarily disappear. Kiana's consciousness will also gradually recover after this. AI-chan explained on the side. God-killing spear? The Hershers of the Void glanced at Himiko Muruta with cold eyes. Sure enough, she still had a tube of injection hanging around her waist. That's a pity. How about I give it to you now? Although our powers are sealed, I just want to give you an injection. Himiko Muruta noticed the look in the Hershers of the Void's eyes and suddenly picked up the god-killing spear mischievously, eager to try. Even without power, I won't lose to you. The Hershers of the Void said this, but subconsciously took a step back and stared at Himiko warily. Stop fighting. Times have changed. Qiong calmly stopped him. And Himiko Muliangta also went down the stairs tactfully because Kiana's voice sounded again. Really? I'm not the only one who thinks you've changed a lot, right? Himiko Muliangta said. Yes, everyone says so. Kiana nodded. So, you finally defeated the Hershers of the Void, right? Himiko Muliangta asked. Yes, this is also thanks to everyone's help. Kiana replied. Well, I believe you can do it. Let's not talk about this for now. Kiana, do you want to go back to St. Freya? Himiko Muliangta asked. Of course, after the Battle of Destiny, we left the academy. If I have a chance, I'd like to go back once. Kiana said, why don't we go now? Kiana, let's enjoy the time that doesn't flow. Muliangta, Heim suggested. The next second, the scene changed. They had arrived at St. Freya Academy. Teachers and students walked one after the other. The scenery has changed. Kiana was surprised. Haha, this is my memory. After being a teacher for so many years, I remember every corner of St. Freya clearly. Mulianta Himiko smiled, and then she couldn't help stretching. I really miss this campus full of youth. Well, yes, I remember that I always wanted to grow up quickly at that time, but I didn't expect that growing up would be such a painful thing. Kiana sighed. If you do it again, will your choice change? Mulianta Himiko asked. That shouldn't be the case. Wouldn't that not be like me? Kiana said. Kiana, look, we've arrived at our dormitory. That window is my room. The two walked to a dormitory building. Ah, I know that at night, Mr. Himiko's light is always on. Thinking about it, it was really hard for you back then. Kiana said. Ah, it wasn't that hard. Sometimes I just forget to turn off the light when I'm drunk. Murata Himiko laughed. Kiana, Himiko still likes to drink. Raiden May, St. Freya, Big Duck. I really miss us back then. Himiko, it seems that we're still easy to tell apart. Himiko, hairstyle, clothes, and I don't like drinking, I like coffee instead. March 7. After we get on the Starry Sky train, won't Himiko Murata drag us to drink together? Kiana, ahem, I don't think it's better to refuse this kind of thing. Raiden May, indeed, I want us to make her think that she has found a drinking buddy, and she will always be with you. Big Duck, I agree. Although teacher Himiko is alive, her body is still that of a Valkyrie. She wears the true red armor, and the Valkyrie has been fighting for many years. Drinking too much alcohol is not good. Himiko, maybe I can drag her to have coffee with me? Silver Wolf, milk coffee? Himiko, shut up. March 7. Haha, March 7, but can it really work? Himiko, I really want to try. Look, that small bush, you always hide there when you skip class. I've always been curious. Why do you hide there every time? It's easy to find. Himiko asked with a smile. Haha, the sun is the best there. Kiana replied with a smile. The two walked to a wall again. Do you remember that wall? Himiko asked. Well, I often climb over it. Kiana answered. Teresa was a headache. She probably raised the wall 3 times, but you still managed to climb over it. Murata Himiko laughed. I was wondering why it was getting harder each time. Kiana suddenly realized and couldn't help complaining, but it wasn't raised again after that. Murata Himiko added. Why? Kiana was puzzled. Because she was afraid you would get hurt. Murata Himiko explained. Kiana, every time I think of this, I can't help but feel a lump in my throat. Kiana, my period just happens to be on the moon. Kiana, I'm going to treat her to a bitter melon feast tonight. Raiden May, Puff Big Duck. March 7. Bitter melon feast? Himiko, I have an idea. Why don't I make you a bitter melon feast where Himiko? How? Kokolia. I'll call someone to arrange it. Bronya, huh? March 7. No. Raiden May, how about forgetting it? Big Duck, +1. Silva, +1. Para, +1. Himiko, huh? Is my innovative cuisine so scary? Big Duck, although I haven't tried it, based on my observation, March's reaction is equivalent to Kiana's reaction. Kiana, what kind of twisted logic is this? March 7. That's right. It's like we're both idiots. March 7. I don't look like Kiana. Kiana, well said. No, you said I'm an idiot? March 7. Ahem, I don't. Kiana, you do. March 7. No. Himiko, Few Raiden May. It does look a bit like that. Kiana, may you? Ah, it's the old training ground. Kiana was surprised. This should be the rare class where you don't sleep, right? Murata Himiko smiled. After all, I only liked this kind of combat training at that time. Although I never beat the squad leader and the others in double sparring once. Kiana said, what about now? Murata Himiko asked curiously. That's hard to say. Kiana smiled. The two walked for a while, and Himiko couldn't help but sigh. It seems like it was just yesterday that you were in class here. Tell me about everyone. How are they now? So, Kiana told Himiko what happened after the Battle of Destiny. Himiko in the cockpit of Hyperion also listened carefully. Time seemed to stop for them. Really? So many things happened. Himiko digested Kiana's words slowly. Some facts seemed a little unbelievable to her. Bronya turned out to be a Hershers of reason. she does have the potential to inherit the position of the leader of the Anti-Air Alliance. Don't look at her usual talkativeness, but in fact, in terms of observation and learning ability, you may not be as good as her. In addition, Fu Hua's background is really not small. I was really scared, but now I think about it, this is probably the reason why her eyes are different from those of her peers. Himiko sighed. The class leader also has a lot of knots in his heart, but now they should be untied. Kiana said, well, I was a little worried about her, because she always makes light of difficult things and puts them on her shoulders. I remember that she gave me the neutralizing serum to save me. Later, I failed her kindness. I have to say sorry to her. Murata, Himiko said, well, I will tell her. Kiana nodded. As for Mei, I don't think you need to worry too much. She is a kind child, and this will not change. Murata, Himiko said. The two talked for a long time. At this time, Himiko Maruta, who was in the cockpit of Hyperion, could not help laughing. Kiana, the Hershers of the sky, Mei Raiden, the Hershers of lightning, Bronya, the Hershers of reason. I didn't expect that I have taught 3 Hershers in the past few years as a teacher at St. Freya. If there is a chance, I really want to propose to Teresa to change St. Freya to Far Eastern Demon Cave. As for me, then I'd call it Demon Ancestor or something. Himiko Maruta laughed at what she said. The Hershers of the sky was too lazy to pay attention to her. Kiana, Far Eastern Demon Cave, Kiana. Although it sounds weird, it seems to make some sense, Kiana. I'll propose it to my aunt later. Mei Raiden, it's really fate. Raiden Mei. If Himiko Sensei knew that the class monitor also became the Hershers of knowledge in the end, Big Duck, it is indeed the Far East Demon Cave. Big Duck. I wonder what expression Himiko Sensei will have when she sees us later. March 7. I am more curious about what expression Himiko Sensei will have when she sees Himiko. I am also curious about Walter's expression in Abi. I want to see the Hershers of the sky in Old Yang fight. Vita, +1 okay. My journey ends here. From here on, Kiana, it's your way. Remember to take me to say goodbye to everyone in St. Freya. Tell Mei that I support her choice, but next time I can't be so harsh on my friends. Tell Bronya I am very happy to see her growth now. In the future, she will definitely be an excellent leader. Yefak. Tell yourself, Kiana, I will always be by your side. Kiana, don't take it too seriously. Just treat this as a dream. When the dream is over, everyone will continue to move forward. Don't be afraid to say goodbye. Saying goodbye to the past is to move towards the future. Murata Himiko said with a smile. I'm sorry, Teacher Himiko. I know I should say goodbye to you with a smile at this time. I should walk out of that door bravely. I just want you to see all this. Kiana finally couldn't help crying. Her choking voice made Himiko in the cockpit feel distressed. At this time, she didn't tease just now. Although she didn't cry like Kiana, her eyes were already sparkling. Kiana, as long as you hope, I can see it. Because I am in your heart. You remind me of my childhood. At my mother's funeral, I cried and hugged my father and refused to leave. In the end, only me and him were left. After a long time, my father touched my head. I looked at him, and there were red bloodshot in his eyes. Unlike me, he cried silently. But he said it's okay. Himiko, Mom will turn into stars and watch us in the sky. My father never expressed these things. Even his words of comfort were so clumsy. But until now, I still believe what he said. Kiana, as long as you believe, I will turn into stars and protect you in the night sky. Even if the torch will go out and the moon will lose its light, this unchanging glimmer will light the way forward for you. So don't be afraid. I didn't leave you. Becoming the power for students to move forward is the most romantic destination for teachers. I know, Kiana was already crying. In the next scenes, it was even more offensive and defensive. Kiana directly counterattacked Himiko in the cockpit. 081. Kiana slashed Himiko with a reverse knife, and she made her cry. I am no longer confused. So the flames were left behind. Sad face TT. Oh, there's sand in my eyes. Kiana's crying is so heartbreaking. Although I know the plot, I still couldn't help it when I heard this. +1. Clara, +1. +1. Omitted. The fierce woman is crying. Surprise face. Oh, even a pervert like me cried when I heard this. I will sell all my picture books to Qiana in the future. Qiana, I won't buy it. Hanabi. Then get it to me. Para. If you don't accept it, I will draw you in Qiong Bao. Para. Vita and Qiong Bao just taught me a lesson. Para. Oh, Qiana. Qiana. No drawing. Vita at Para. Then you have to pay me some tuition. Vita, just use your black silk to pay. Para. This is not good. Para. I haven't been marinated for a day yet. Blushing. Silver Wolf. 6. Everything will pass. Everything will change. And this change will take away your entire world. But it doesn't matter. It is also the most powerful force in the world. A force that can open up hope and a path for anyone. It is a force that can open up hope and a path for anyone. Murata, Himiko gently touched Kiana's head. Kiana bit her lip for fear that she would burst into tears, but even so, the hot tears could not stop falling. When you're confused, just look up at the starry sky. I want to be there and light up the whole night for you. Murata, Himiko said. Thank you, Teacher Himiko. I should go. Kiana's eyes were full of reluctance. Well, I guess. One take a step forward. Qiana, just move forward boldly. I will always bless you. Watch over you. After all, you are my student, Himiko. Murata, Himiko smiled. Teacher Himiko, I am glad to be your student. It is my honor to meet you. 913 Qiana thanked gratefully. It is also my honor. Go, Qiana. Murata, Himiko encouraged. Goodbye, Teacher Himiko. So, Qiana, with this will, walked into the domination theater and became the Hershers of the fire. Seeing this, Murata Himiko smiled with relief. Robin, oh, Robin, that's a good point. Robin, when you are confused, just look up at the starry sky. I want to be there and light up the whole night for you. Qiana, Qiana, it's a pity that I can't go there now. Qiana at Hanabi, can you help me bring Teacher Jeezy back? Hanabi, no Hanabi. Can you guarantee that Qiong Bao will let me go? Qiana, Para at Hanabi, are you scared? Para, shouldn't you be more excited? Hanabi, one thing for another Hanabi. I came to you by myself. How can I be caught by Qiong Bao for fun? Hanabi, look at my dear sister, and Qing Bao. Each of them is impressive Qing. Hands on hips, sway tower. Indeed, when Qiong Bao bumped into me, he was really angry. Bluebird? Billa. Oh, is this a serious bump? Firefly, you must be bumping into a star departure. I'm sure. Silver Wolf, don't lie to yourself. Firefly. Firefly. 0WO. Qiana. March 7. Don't say such things when it's so touching. Hanabi, why can't you laugh when it's so touching? Hanabi, I want to laugh. Hanabi, and isn't your teacher Himiko alive? Hanabi, this is something to be happy about. Vita, my dear sister, you are really conscious. You're a fun person. Big duck. Are you ready? Next, it's really the end. Finally, Qiana, wearing the fire flame armor, stepped into a dilapidated hall. The crisp footsteps echoed on the stairs. The cocoon of the end, Dadak, is getting closer and closer. Bronya's voice reminded her in her ear. And in front of Qiana, on a dusty and faded red carpet, there was a divine sword stuck in it. That was the sword of Teacher Jeezy. Don't worry, Qiana is no longer a child who can only chase the light. Raiden May's voice sounded in her ears. So, Qiana looked at the divine sword on the ground, did not choose to pull it up, but decisively pulled out her own sword and stuck it next to the divine sword. Then, left her own flame. From now on, she is no longer bound by the past. She no longer needs to chase the light of others, but she will turn into thousands of stardust, lighting the way forward for those who come later. You are now a flame that can illuminate others. Those past events that seemed unbearable, they will only become your strength. Qiana, you have grown up. In the cockpit of the Hyperion, when Himiko Murita saw this scene, she finally couldn't help but shed tears of relief. When Qiana stopped in front of the sword she left behind, she thought Qiana would pick up the sword just like the eternal fire in the plot, but she never expected that Qiana, chose to leave her sword behind. Of course, she understood the meaning of this. Her student finally grew up. You are worthy of being my student. Himiko Murita. Himiko Murita has never been so happy as now. Kiana. Otto. Kiana. It's great to let teacher Himiko see that we have lived up to her expectations. Big Duck, yes. Raiden May, +1. Yulindel, +1. Robin, so the flame was left behind. Himiko, from the last lesson to the eternal burning of the fire to the last leaving behind of his own sword. Himiko, at this moment, the inheritance of the fire is officially completed. Jizi, what a romantic story. Fu Xian, +1. Tingyan, +1. Shiliwa, +1. Eat, 0. TT. Oh, March 7. I thought Kiana would pull out Jeezy's sword again. Jeezy. Puff Jeezy. Does this mean that little Sanya hasn't grown up yet? March 7. Of course. I'll always be 18. Xing. Wake up. You've just passed an amber age. Xing. You're already an old maid. But you're still silly and haven't grown up. This is not something to be proud of. March 7. You're silly, you're an old maid. March 7. This is what we call an innocent, lively, and lovely, beautiful girl. Hanabi, +1. Vita, +1. Pella, +1. Silverwolf, 6. Aren't you 3 ashamed to shout along? March 7 at Pella, especially you, so perverted. Pella, but little March, you know almost as much as I do now. Pella, we also learned everything from teacher Vita's practical courses. Bluebird, Puff Bluebird. What a great teacher, Vita. Haha, March 7. March 7. March 7. 0 M. 0 March 7 at Cocolia. Can use Silvermane Iron Guard to arrest Pella and put her in jail. Cocolia, I understand, but lynching is still not a good idea. Afterwards, the fate of the Hershers of the Void was also revealed. Why? Why do you think you could defeat me? Because you're the good Sirin and I am the evil Sirin? The Hershers of the Void asked Kiana, unconvinced. That kind of thing never existed. I chose good, and you chose evil. Kiana retorted. The battle soon came to an end. Kiana said, yes, it's over. The power of the gems is flowing to you. They abandoned me and chose you. It seems that your belief is better. The Hershers of the Void said, I will use these powers well. Kiana said firmly, whatever you want. Anyway, you can be much more relaxed without me. The Hershers of the Void sneered. I will take the responsibility for the sins you committed. This is my responsibility. Kiana expressed her attitude. That's your own business. There's no need to tell me. You could have lived in ignorance or simply died as an innocent experiment. But you chose this path. The blood of Sirin, her sadness and despair, the contradiction between good and evil that all humans have to face, you have to bear these weights for the rest of your life. The Hershers of the Void said, I will work hard to make sure that there is no next Sirin in the world. Kiana promised. Okay, stop it. I don't need your sympathy. The winner stays. The loser disappears. This is the rule. I have no objection. The Hershers of the Void said, goodbye. Hershers of the Void. Goodbye, another. Sirin. Kiana said goodbye. I will not agree with your idea. B. Since you won, just go on your way. Rit. The Hershers of the Void looked at Bella beside him. Struggle as hard as you can to the end. Kiana. After the words fell, a soul disappeared quietly. Like a light feather falling in a windless sunny day, it did not leave any trace in the clear blue sky. The Hershers of the Void disappeared completely. In the cockpit of the Hyperion, the Hershers of the Void looked at the scenes calmly. So, you brought me here and changed everything. Will such a future still happen? I am Kiana. Without this body, there will be no Kiana in the world. She said. Himiko of the Infinite Tower also looked at the sky. Of course it will happen, and it will happen as expected. After a battle, Himiko of the Infinite Tower disappeared, and her life and death were unknown. And you, the Hershers of the Void. Because of the special nature of the Hyperion, it reshaped the body for your soul, Qiong said. What do you mean? The Hershers of the Void was stunned. It means that from the moment we brought you aboard the Hyperion, you and Kiana the kind Kiana you mentioned, were completely separated. The body you are using now is a brand new, identical one, carrying only the evil siren. And Kiana, he still stayed in the original world. Although the evil siren still exists in her body, it is equivalent to the existence of an NPC. AI-chan explained. To put it simply, AI-chan, your language expression ability needs to be improved. In short, our ship is just a shuttle to retrieve the dead. Murata Himiko, you died in this battle. So, I retrieved you. Hershers of the Void, although you are not dead now, you will die soon, so I retrieved you as well. Do you understand this? Qiong said. The Hershers of the Void was silent. I understand. But what do you mean by traveling to the past? You start from the future? The future of our world? Or another world? Where are we going? Muliangta Himiko asked. We will go to the stars, Qiong said. Captain, you are so literary that it will confuse people. As if to hit back at Qiong's complaints about her poor language expression ability, AI-chan took the opportunity to hit back. In short, we traveled from a vast universe with star gods, and we will go there too. From a moment you boarded the Hyperion, you have transcended time and space and followed us to the future. In the future, you may be able to reunite with Bronya, Kiana, Raiden Mei, and others in the future. AI-chan said, What? Can we really meet again? Muliangta Himiko was surprised to hear this. Of course. We set off, and that is the planet we are about to arrive at. I have already met Bronya, Raiden Mei, and the others. In that world, there's also a Himiko who looks almost exactly like you and has a mole on her chest. But she doesn't like to drink, Qiong said. I covered it up. How did you see the mole on my chest? Murata Himiko suddenly narrowed her eyes and stared at Qiong Bao. Himiko? March 7? March 7. March 7. Sure enough, you are a big demon. March 7. You just stare at Himiko. Qingque. Haha, it's human nature. 082. Luing, what's wrong with being a little shy after fighting all my life? Inlang. Laoying, you better be talking about Jeezy. I saw you changing into the true red armor. Qiong opened her mouth and said, You peeked at me changing clothes? How is it? Does it look good? Murata Himiko suddenly leaned back against the cockpit and casually lifted her bangs. Her eyes were as charming as silk. She put on a charming posture. A-S-T. The Hershers of the sky snorted coldly at this. Vita. Vita. I didn't expect this Himiko teacher to be more S-Y than me. Himiko, just don't bring me along. Luing, indeed. Luing, what a big contrast. Luing, why did you seduce Qiong Bao right away? March 7. +1. March 7. You just tricked me into crying. Why did you suddenly do this? Guro TMT Okiana, Raiden Mei. Let me explain. Raiden Mei. Actually, in our world, the lifespan of a Valkyrie with artificial stigmata implanted is very short. And so is Himiko Sensei. This is also the biggest difference between anti-entropy and destiny. So, anti-entropy's troops are all Titan mechas with higher costs. So, they went bankrupt. Of course, it is mainly because Lao Yang likes mechas. Kiana, in short, because Himiko Sensei has been fighting for almost her entire life, she came to our Far East Demon cave to be a teacher in the few years of her free time. Kiana. So, she has been single since birth and has always wanted to find a man, but she has never had the chance and has never found anyone she likes. Perla. So, Himiko Sensei has taken a fancy to Qiong Bao. Hanabi. Isn't it because she is attracted to him? Esther. She just wants Qiong Bao's body. But I have no objection. I agree with Himiko. Star +1. Firefly. Plus1. Himiko at Esther. Ahem. Maybe you should add Laduo next time. Blushing. Raiden Mei. Ahem. I think the main reason is because she's afraid that she will die someday. Kiana. But don't get me wrong. Teacher Himiko is very principled. Not the kind of casual woman. Big duck, because she has never been interested in anyone, and she is so depressed that she became an alcoholic. Himiko, I see. Firefly. I suddenly understand Teacher Himiko. Firefly. After fighting for a lifetime, what's wrong with being a little bit astringent? Firefly, can't you enjoy yourself for a while? Slapping the table.jpg. Silver Wolf, 6. Silver Wolf. The best teacher you said is Teacher Himiko. Kafaka. Puff. Who said it's burnt? This is called charming. Everyone loves beauty, Qiong retorted. Puff, Captain, what do you think of this Hershers of the Void? Murata Himiko suddenly stared at the Hershers of the Void, who was looking down on them with a smirk. The Hershers of the Void was immediately alert. Don't you think her eyes make you want to conquer her? Murata Himiko laughed. Indeed, the queen who is high above. If I say no, I'd be hypocritical, Qiong said frankly. What do you want to do? The Hershers of the Void, the Her, was frightened by the conversation between the two. The cold face that always looked down on everything finally showed a trace of panic. She almost subconsciously stepped back, wanting to escape. But where could she escape to? Now our powers have been taken back by you. Without your permission, even the ship can't leave, Z. Are we the canaries that you, the captain, have kept on the Hyperion? Are you not going to do anything to us? Murata Himiko showed a patient and thoughtful smile. You dare. The Her of the Void finally panicked. The captain in front of her really has all the conditions to commit a crime perfectly. ETI, even if the power is restored, she can't beat Qiong Bao. You're really good at judging people. Qiong smiled and looked at Jizi. This is an established fact. Vita did it without any mistakes, not to mention Jizi and the Hershers of the Sky. Then what are you waiting for? Hearing this, Wuliangta Himiko sat on Qiong Bao's thighs and hooked her hand around his neck. Kiana? Big Duck? By Sierra? Clara? Clara. Is it going to start again? Blushing, Hook's sad face covering his eyes. Natasha? Xing, wait for me. Xing, I want to participate too. AI star. Himiko's domain anchoring is done. I've also arrived at Yalalo. Black Tower, +1. Bluebird, so soon. Hanabi, haha Himiko teacher is going to give us a lesson again. Para. Himiko, Hershers of the Void, Vita. AI-chan. Para. 4. Para. Excited, Robin. Can I not listen to class? Covering eyes. Su Sang, +1. March 7th, +1. Fu Xian, +1. Omitted. Kiana. Wait a minute. Kiana. Teacher Himiko, I have no objection. Kiana. But the Hershers of the Void is my body after all. Kiana. Kiana at Vita. Stop her. Kiana. Otito Vita. I am the wife of Qiong Bao. Of course I only listen to Qiong Bao. Vita. Otherwise Qiong Bao will be angry. Vita. If I get angry, won't I lose favor? Kiana. Kiana. Otiti. Oh, Bronya. Be thankful. Bronya. At least you're not like me. Synchronize with the body of Big Duck. Bronya. OTT. Oh, Big Duck. I'm a little curious. If Qiong Bao really attacks the Hershers of the Sky, will Kiana have any subtle feelings? Raiden May. Kiana? Kiana. How could it be possible? Hanabi. Live room. Got it. I'll arrange it right away. Kiana. Don't be such a pessimist. Para. Unless you're never punished. Bluebird. No. Your idea is not comprehensive. Bluebird. Is there a possibility that the Hershers of the Sky will join the live room in the future? Bluebird. Then, Bluebird. For a bad woman, why can't the reward be revenge on the kind Silent? Kiana, 014501403, Falu 192160200, Raiden May. Silver Wolf, 6. Para, Para, an unimagined path. Goe Naifan, Bluebird, you're really a genius. Fu Xian, if you use a little of your intelligence and knowledge at work, I'll allow you to slack off. Hua, Master Taibu, do you believe this? Jackdaw, leaders like to make big promises. Qingque, dare not say a word. Fu Xian, when did I ever make big promises? Big Duck, what? You don't even want to draw a pancake. Topa. Haha, Murata Himiko kissed him. This is my first kiss. I'm not that kind of casual woman. This is not just to repay you for saving me. It's also because you're really handsome, and you feel safe, frank, bad, and shameless. Murata Himiko's eyes were drawn, and she didn't forget to comment. At this time, the Hershers of the Sky was about to escape from the cockpit, but he was blocked by Vita with a smirk on his face. The high and mighty queen was completely panicked. Captain, we have arrived above Yalala 6. The flow of time is normal in the following time. Please check the time. Do you need me to take you to the bedroom? AI said respectfully. Immediately, the panoramic glass of the cockpit reflected the planet covered with ice and snow. Have we reached the future? Yaliro 6. Captain, are my students, Bronya and Raiden May here? Woolianta, Jeezy couldn't help but look at the planet. The Hershers of the Sky had nowhere to escape, so she had to look there. She was still very curious about the future that Qiong talked about. She obtained the authority given by God, but now Qiong sealed her authority, which means that Qiong is at least equal to, or even higher than, the god of collapse. Although she was unwilling to admit it, she had no capital to be arrogant in front of Qiong. Yeah, they are all here. There's also one called Yulindel, two called Shure, and by the way, Vita, who came with them. She's also from your world, but in the given timeline, you won't live to see her, Qiong said. Is Yulindel here, too? How is Kiana now? Murata Himiko looked at Vita. Because she has become the end, she can't go back to Earth for the time being. She stays on the moon alone, like an empty nest elderly. Because there is no one to accompany her, she secretly watches awkward movies. Vita said deliberately. It seems that Kiana has really grown up. Murata Himiko couldn't help but laugh. Kiana? 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 At Vita, damn it. Don't slander me in front of teacher Jeezy. Kiana. Otto Vita. But what I said is the truth, Vita. Where's the rumor? Hanabi. Haha Hanabi. Who secretly watched the Wolf chapter and was caught on the spot. Big Duck. At Kiana, I think Vita is right. Raiden May. If you do something wrong, you should admit it. Yulon Dyer, a him, although it is a reward from the live broadcast room, you can still choose not to watch it. Kiana. Otto Para. Accept your fate. Para. Kiana. Para. As a student of teacher Jeezy. Para. It's a bit bitter, we can understand. Para. The Qiong Bao will not go over for the time being, but you can use Qiong Bao and the Hershers of the Sky as substitutes. Just bear with it for now. Kiana, get out. Kiana. Otto. Big Duck. Wait a minute. Big Duck. Are they really going to start? Big Duck. Then I have to wait for them to finish in the snow. Big Duck. And I have to stare at them in the live broadcast room. Star. I want to join too. Esther. +1. Firefly. Plus1. Oh, Firefly. No way, no hurry. I've been away for so long, March. Qiong Bao and the others must be worried about me. Let's deal with the business first. If I indulge in women now, I won't be able to leave this Hyperion for days and nights. I don't want to play for a while and then leave in disappointment. But it doesn't affect me to have a taste first. Qiong stood up and then came to the Hershers of the Void, but she had no way to retreat. She was relieved by Qiong Bao's words just now, but she was extremely nervous again. Qiong gently pinched her chin and attacked without hesitation. The Hershers of the Void, who was ashamed and angry, took the opportunity to bite Qiong. So you like to drink my blood? This habit is not good. Jeezy, you have to train your queen student well. Aren't you the best at being a teacher? Let's go, Vita, Qiong said and prepared to leave. Wait, you want to take me to see Bronya and the others? Murata Himiko asked hurriedly. Yes, but not now, we have plenty of time. Vita, you have to keep silent about what happened on the Hyperion. You haven't met Himiko, understand? Qiong said. Of course, I'm very obedient. Vita's eyes lit up immediately. Murata Himiko didn't know what he was up to, but she had no choice. However, during this period of time, she won't be bored, because her battle with the Hershers of the Sky is about to begin again. Kiana? Raiden May? Big Duck? Big Duck, what do you mean? Big Duck, shut up. Big Duck. Qiong Bao doesn't plan to let me see teacher Himiko. Para, this. Hanabi, Qiong Bao is getting bad. Himiko, I know. Bluebird. Do you remember when Qiong Bao and Vita, fought? He said that he would verify it. Silver Wolf. Look, now it's finally your turn. Big duck. That is to say, unless we admit the existence of the live broadcast room, but this is impossible. Otherwise, we must not take the initiative to mention Hyperion, and we cannot mention Teacher Jeezy. Big duck. Isn't that a dead end? Big duck. It all depends on Qiong Bao's mood. Fu Xian. Obviously, this is not the point. The point is that if any of you get impatient and don't keep your mouth shut, you will be punished by the live broadcast room. Big duck. Ling Ku. After seeing Vita and Qiong Bao like that, I don't have the face to see Qiong Bao anymore. Ling Ku. I can't help but think of that scene when I see it. Ling Ku OTT. On March 7th. +1. Bronya. +1. Clara. +1. Clara. Fortunately, Brother Qiong Bao and the others didn't come to our lower area. Power. 083. Qiong Bao is broken. Goodbye, Big Duck. Does your duck but still hurt? I will help you apply medicine. Oh, Captain, there's one more thing I need to tell you. Every time you successfully take in a Hyperion passenger, you will automatically gain the power of the passengers. And this power will also be bound to your own power and grow with it. Before departure, AI-chan reminded. Hearing this, the Hershers of the Void's heart was completely dead. The authority she was proud of, Qiong can now use. Not only that, the Hershers of the Flame's authority brought by the true red armor on Himiko Mutantata can also belong to herself. Even if Qiong Bao, such power is not needed. But this is just the beginning. If he saves more people in the future, then stacking them together, how terrifying will his strength be? There is no need to think about it. Why did you tell me this now? Qiong was surprised and couldn't help complaining. Because the captain's mind was full of bitterness just now, AI-chan didn't have the opportunity to interrupt. AI-chan said confidently. Qiong, March 7? Silver Wolf? Bluebird? Bluebird. Damn, this isn't the Hyperion too strong. Bluebird. This is infinitely stackable. Bluebird, I'm so jealous. Bluebird. When can I draw such a reward? Bluebird. 00. March 7th. +1. En Firefly. Plus 1. Gouet Naifen. +1. Big Duck? Big Duck. You still expect a reward? Big Duck. The problem now is that it's okay if you don't get punished. Big Duck. Oh, 553. Tita Cocolia. I suddenly remembered. Also, there's a chance to get a reward. Blushing. Bronya? Silva? Silva. At Cocolia, you finally can't help it. Hanabi. I suggest you bring Bronya along. Bronya. I don't. Bronya. I'm too embarrassed to see Qiong Bao. Bronya. Oh, Hanabi. If you go alone, can you really compare my dear sister who is good at cooking? Vita. Thank you for your compliment. Silver Wolf, it's amazing. So, Qiong tore a space crack in front of the Hershers of the Void. This is the power of the Hershers of the Void. Under the power of her core, it can undoubtedly reach a higher limit. Seeing this, the Hershers of the Void rushed in immediately, but was violently shaken by the space crack. She bounced back abruptly. What made her even more depressed was that Qiong actually came behind her at the right time and took the opportunity to hug her when she was about to fall. The beauty was in his arms, and the fragrance filled his nose. Qiong's hands were also hard not to automatically search for the enemy. Ha! I'm dying of laughter. Wooliangta Himiko couldn't help laughing when she saw the Hershers of the Void who was almost bruised. Miss Hershers of the Void, AI-chan has reminded you that you can't go out no matter what means without the permission of the captain. AI-chan reminded her warmly. The Hershers of the Void's face was red, and Qiong Bao's hands were not honest at all, which made it difficult for the proud her to endure such humiliation. Even if she couldn't compete with him in strength, her heart would never give in. After all, it was Shilin with evil intentions. Qiong didn't intend to persuade her or anything, but felt that such an unruly queen could arouse his desire to conquer. Just wait here for me to come back. Don't miss me too much. Learn more from your teacher, Jeezy. Qiong pinched her a few times and then left with Vita with a sense of unfulfilled desire. Hanabi Kiana, by the way, Kiana, when Qiong Bao pinched the Hershers of the Void just now, did you feel anything strange? Para. So, Kiana's first kiss was also given to Qiong Bao. Kiana, No. Kiana. How could I feel anything? Blushing.jpg. Kiana. And Kiana. I am me. She is her. Kiana. Otto. Kiana. My first kiss is still there. Qingque. Huh. Qiong Bao. Saved your teacher, Himiko. Qingque. Even if I didn't sacrifice my life, Xiang Su, it's not too much to give Qiong Bao a kiss. Kiana. Then Dia and Bronya are still students of teacher Himiko. Right, in May? Dia? Hera. Teacher and student should be neat and tidy. Hanabi, I agree. Gue Naifin. +1. Aoki. Maizung. Vita. +1 Himiko. Ahem. Speaking of which, Infinite Tower Himiko and the Hershers of the Void have not joined the live broadcast room yet. Himiko, it seems that the live broadcast room is waiting for you to get anxious. Big Duck, it's okay. I can bear it. Big Duck. Anyway, it's good to know that Teacher Jeezy is alive. Big Duck. And I don't believe that he really intends to hide Teacher Jeezy in the Hyperion for life. Pella, huh? Pella. Then Teacher Jeezy must die happily? Big Duck. March 7. Kiana. Kiana. Sometimes I really want to punch myself in the head. I don't want to understand. Kiana. OTT. O'Clara. +1. Wahua. +1. Yinli. +1. Opposite the space portal is the cockpit of the Star Crosser. At this time, Big Duck and Qing Bao have arrived at the foot of the Star Crosser mecha in the heavy-duty bunny. I have to say, the size of the Star Crosser is really big. Looking down from the cockpit, Big Duck and Duck are like ants. Can I confess our relationship in front of them? Before leaving the cockpit, Vita hooked Qiong Bao's neck and looked at Qiong with tenderness. Since being conquered by him, Vita's eyes are all about him. This is not acting. She likes this feeling of being conquered, especially after trying to destroy Belobberg's madness with her own hands. Of course. Anyway, you came here together. You are bewitched by the Star Corps, guilty, but you have accepted the punishment. Now follow me to make meritorious service. Just don't talk about Jeezy. You are so smart. You must know what I want to do. I don't completely believe what you said before. I need to verify it myself. Qiong couldn't help but kiss Vita again. This bad woman with gray hair and red eyes is really full of temptation. Qiong doesn't need to whitewash her. He wants the kind of bad charm to the core and a little bit of mischief, which is very appealing to him. Of course. I've thought about it again. What should I do? Vita deliberately whispered in Qiong's ear. Bear it for me. Bully. Qiong pushed Vita away and slapped her on the butt. Then he stepped out of the cockpit. He landed in front of Daya and Qing Bao. Vita took back the Star Crosser mecha. Qiong Bao. Seeing Qiong, Qing Bao immediately rushed over excitedly. She held Qiong's waist with both hands and hooked Qiong's neck with a face asking for credit. How is it? Is my sky fire useful? It's very useful. If it weren't for your sky fire, I would definitely not be able to beat her. But it's okay now. Should I get it back to you? Qiong asked. No, it's for you. Just give me your baseball bat. I'll be the Galaxy Batman in the future. But I want a reward. Xing's expression was full of expectations. Okay, Qiong did not disappoint Qing Bao and took the initiative to kiss her. I'm still here. Diyaya saw that they were entangled and even planned to kiss for several hours and couldn't help but interrupt. Ah, sorry. You are. Duck one bucket. Oh no, Bronya, right? I've heard about it from Vita. Let's meet formally. My name is Qiong, and I'm an unknown guest of the Star Sky train. Qiong let go of Xing, but Qing Bao was still reluctant to get down from his arms. Qiong had to let her continue to be a pendant and suck on herself like a cat. Hello, my name is Bronya. Vita's matter. We are sorry. We knew she was crazy, but we didn't expect her to be this crazy. Diyaya apologized. She was panicking now, afraid that if she got excited, her words would be exposed and she would be caught and punished by the live broadcast room. It's okay. I have punished Vita. We also know that she was actually bewitched by the masked fool and the Star Corps. She has regained her sanity now, but for safety reasons, I have to keep her by my side and keep an eye on her. Speaking of which, there are many misunderstandings between us. I'm really sorry for what happened in Bronya's room before. I really thought you were just a trash can, and you carry those props with you. Qiong hasn't finished speaking yet. Dia blushed and interrupted. I didn't bring those props myself. I understand. Qiong deliberately showed an intriguing look, but Dia was so angry, but she didn't respond. This live broadcast room is so hateful. However, although it was a misunderstanding, I don't think it's necessary to apologize to you solemnly. I'm really sorry, Miss Bronya. I didn't know how hard I hit you at the time. I don't know if you still feel pain there. Is it swollen? I have medicine here. Do you want to apply some? Qiong asked with great concern. Big Duck, March 7? Kiana? Para, off. Para. Qiong Bao has suddenly become so bad I like it. Para, excited. Bluebird at Big Duck, huh? Qiong Bao asked if your duck but still hurts. Hanabi, no one cares about Bronya. Bronya. Oh, Ethan, it's so spicy. Qiong Bao is really starting to fight back. March 7. Such a rude question. March 7. How can you ask like that? Vita. Vita. I really like Qiong Bao more and more. Firefly. 00. Esther. Humph. I'll be able to see Bao soon. Haida. I can't help but study him. Ruame. +1 rogue. I'm ignoring you. Big Duck blushed immediately, turned around, and was about to leave in the heavy-duty bunny. Wait, don't be angry. You misunderstood me. I said I have medicine, but you can taste it yourself. Qiong didn't forget to give Big Duck a knife on the ducks, but pervert. The Yaya was so angry that he was shaking with anger. Wait, let's go together. Qiong quickly jumped onto the heavy-duty bunny. Qingque Bao also knew what to do and hung on Qiong Bao's back from the front. So, Qiong also sat behind Bronya with her chest pressed against her back. I'm sorry. I almost used up all my energy when I was fighting Vita just now. Now I can only count on you if I want to go back. Qiong said seriously. But Big Duck couldn't refute him. She couldn't expose the live broadcast room. She couldn't say that she saw the things between him and Vita through the live broadcast room. She couldn't mention Hyperion, Himiko, the power of the Hershers of the Void, etc. Don't you know that men and women shouldn't touch each other? Change position. Bronya felt hot all over. As soon as she got close to Qiong Bao, she couldn't help but think of his fight with Vita. What's worse, this bad position made her subconsciously replace Vita's face with her own. Don't waste time, Bronya, May. She was still waiting for us at this moment. Vita also squeezed in and gave Qiong Bao a few more inches of support. You, the culprit, still have the nerve to say that. Forget it, I won't drive anymore. You guys drive. The Yaya was furious and immediately got off the front of the car and sat behind Vita. Qiong Bao had no choice but to drive the heavy-duty rabbit himself, carrying 3 girls and racing wildly on the snowy plains of Belloberg. Belloberg Administrative District. Countless people gathered in the square. Iron Guards, line up. Lord Kokolia Rand's speech is about to begin. Please keep quiet, citizens. Help maintain order at the scene. The silver main Iron Guards informant shouted in front. Kokolia stood on the stage and preached. Citizens of Belloberg, please listen to me. Today is a great day. It is a turning point in the history of Belloberg, because the new Amber Age has arrived. The reason why we can gather here today and celebrate this moment together is because of a great hero. He inherited the will of the Guardian and guarded our Belloberg alone with a spirit of fearlessness and sacrifice, expelled the evil that has been poisoning this city for 700 years from our home. He is the real great guardian of our Belloberg. His appearance not only ushers in a new Amber Age and opens a new chapter for the universe, but will also completely rewrite the history of our Belloberg. Here, as the 18th Great Guardian of Belloberg, I officially announce, from today on, the city-building era ends, and we will usher in the Starry Sky era. Let's cheer for the hero's triumph. Shout his name. Kokolia's voice fell, as if it had been stuck, just as the sky drove the heavily equipped bunny into the Belloberg Administrative District. The cheers resounded throughout Belloberg. 084. Hook looks up at the sky for the first time. Damn Kokolia. Qiong Bao will attack 2 great guardians tonight. At the same time, I want to admit a mistake here. That is my decision-making error. Under the influence of the star core, the erosion of the upper zone's rift intensified. I issued a blockade order and evacuated the silver main iron guards in the lower zone, resulting in the isolation of the upper and lower zones for more than 10 years. For this, the people in the lower zone suffered. I deeply apologize for this. Everyone in the lower zone, I can't ask for your forgiveness. These 10 years have left too many scars on you. I can't undo what happened in the past, but from now on, as the Great Guardian, I officially declare the blockade of the upper and lower areas is officially lifted. In order to make up for everyone in the lower area, I will issue a new decree and send the Silver Main Iron Guard to re-enter and cooperate with the Earthfire organization that has long been guarding the Lower Kong area to carry out the post-disaster reconstruction of Bellowburg. I crave your cooperation, because we all know very well, without your perseverance and sweat, the revival of Bellowburg will be out of the question. The survival of civilization will also be out of the question. I firmly believe that with our joint efforts, the world of the pioneers who called it Yalalo 6 will surely be re-embraced by the stars. The first passenger cable car after the upper and lower areas were unsealed has arrived. Let's welcome them with the warmest applause. Live broadcast for the lower area now. The following content all happened before Kokolia's speech. Time goes back to the Starry Sky train group entering Bellowburg. When Sambo received the message from Anabi, I will bring some interesting friends to play with you in Bellowburg upper area. Don't interfere. Of course, you can try it too. As compensation, you can take your people in the lower area to watch a wonderful show. Ms. Hanabi has already arranged it for you. You don't have to do anything. When everything comes to an end, they will return to the ground and look up at the sky again. How about it? Is it worth it? So, Sambo came to Natasha's clinic. The people of the entire lower area were organized by the underground fire. The mechanical settlement, the rock town, the large mining area, the rivet town, and every place had a huge screen. 03 So, from the great guardian Kokolia singing on stage to Bronya chewing on the sky treasure to the garbage kin rebellion. The star crosser descended. The star core exploded. The sky fire holy judgment was pulled out of the star treasure. The sky fire was unsheathed. The sky meteor, the catastrophe, and so on, all broadcast live to the lower area. At first, people were still skeptical, but there was a violent tremor on the ground. Many prestigious people headed by Oleg went to the upper area to confirm, and the people of the lower area began to believe it all. So, at the time of Bellowburg's survival, they also prayed for the sky with fear, and when the Amber King's giant hammer fell, the new Amber Age arrived. They no longer had any doubts about what happened today. They also cheered for Qiong's triumph. Now, the speech of the great guardian Kokolia was also broadcast to them in real time. Long before the speech, when Qiong surrounded Vita and then drove Hyperion back to the past to retrieve Jeezy, Kokolia had arranged for Bronya to lead the Silver Main Iron Guard to the lower area to contact Natasha. So, she saw with confusion that everyone's eyes were focused on her. She could clearly feel that it was definitely not because of the upper area. It seemed that they all knew their identities very well. And that look was very strange. So, she saw the live broadcast on the screen, the scene of the lecture venue being set up in the square of the upper district of Bellowburg. When did you start the live broadcast? Bronya looked at Seal uneasily. It started when your mother, Kokolia, went on stage to sing. Seal's face was cunning. Ahem, Sister Natasha didn't let us talk about this in the live broadcast room. Clara whispered, FFL. You all saw it. In an instant, Bronya felt like the sky was falling. Her hands and feet were cold, as if her body was frozen, but her face heated up rapidly. She finally understood. Why did everyone in the lower district cast such a strange look at him? Qingque, March 7th? Ginelefin, Ginelefin. This wasn't done by the live broadcast room, was it? March 7th. Help. This is too social. Kiana, I'm almost digging out a 3-bedroom, 2-living-room apartment with my toes. Su Sang, this is too social. Robin, +1. Kista, Brr. Big Duck, +1. Kokolia? Kokolia. Our concert was also broadcast live. Bronya. Oh, Tititho. Bronya. I can't stay in this Bellowburg for even a second. Bronya at Himiko. Can I go with you? Bronya. Oh, Qingque, of course. Qingque, we welcome you, Natasha. I didn't mean to hide it, Natasha. Mainly, everyone's attention was on Vita, Qiong Bao, and Jeezy Teacher. There were only me, Hook, Clara, and Sheer in the live broadcast room in our lower zone. Natasha, it was inappropriate to say this at that time. Natasha, moreover, our upper and lower zones are prone to conflicts. This is an internal conflict of our Bellowberg. I think it is still unnecessary to occupy the shared resources of the live broadcast room. Sure, at Cocolia, if Natasha hadn't stopped me, I guarantee that I would have scolded you. Sheer, do you know how we have been here for more than 10 years? Cocolia. Bronya? Oh, Bronya. Thank you. Bronya. But the culprit is still the live broadcast room. Hanabi. No, Hanabi. Live broadcast and the like are the hard work of Director Hanabi. Hanabi. No need to thank Director Hanabi. I'm just a masked fool passing by. Bronya? Cocolia? Star? Star, there are masters. Bluebird. 6 Director Hanabi. Silver Wolf. Interesting. Vita. Huh. My dear sister, you were busy with something before. Seal at Hanabi. Thank you. Natasha. So it's you, so Sambo is also a masked fool. No wonder. Natasha. But without your live broadcast, it would be hard for people in our lower district to believe what happened today. Natasha and Qiong Bao is unlikely to come to help us in the lower district. Cocolia. In a sense, Huahua did a good thing. Cocolia. If we only rely on word of mouth, the conflicts and misunderstandings between the upper and lower districts will not be so easy to resolve. Although there are still some now, at least everyone understands the current situation of our Bellowberg. Bronya, Mother is right, but Bronya, you don't have to broadcast live from the beginning of the dinner. Bronya. 0 T.
No more novels? Take part in the voting. The most requested novels and those with the most likes will be chosen for publication on euroaudiobooks.com. There, I can upload as much as I want without the risk of receiving a strike. Our 18 novels and other content that exceed what is morally acceptable are only published on Patreon or the free novels page. Remember, the site is funded by donations on Ko-fi and Patreon memberships.